Series round 4 brought to you by Ström Wheels. We are here, final round in Ström Wheels Stadium. I am Keen Reedy. I am going to be your host for this evening and tomorrow for top 32, but tonight we have an incredible lineup of drivers here to see can they qualify to make into that top 32. So we've some incredible stuff here planned, as you can see already by the previews. You're seeing some incredibly large Ström wheels in this incredibly built stadium track. This track is probably very different to what the drivers are used to, but definitely something that's gonna be incredible for our final round. Considering our point situation at the moment, you can see right there at the top, Ricky Stobart, Emilis Felica, 1 point between them, but not far behind is Cameron Mustard. Obviously Ricky Stobart and Emilis Felica doing battle in the final last round. Emilis Felica winning out on that one, Ricky Stobart taking second, but it's all to play for here. You can see Ahmed Al Hamadi, Martinez Ostrika not far behind there either. We are missing Darius Ostrika today though, so that's somebody who's not in contention anymore. As you can see, we've gone down the list here. Noah McGlade, one of them drivers who's really come on since Series 4 to even this series. He's done an incredible job. A lot of the CDT guys taking their time, doing a lot of practice. As you can see, another CDT drivers, James Estrella there, as we work our way down through the rest of our list. So that will be all our points. But what are all these guys competing for? They're competing for these prizes. So first prize takes home a £300 Ström Wheels merch package, £300 plus a Ström Wheels merch package, 500 voucher on any DS series wheel. Second place gets £200 plus a DND Performance Interior prize. Third place takes home £100 and a Tsuji Giri one-on-one tuition session, or a gift voucher for the Tsuji store. And Hard Charger for the season takes home £50 plus a Frontside Racing custom merch package. Per round though, they're getting 100, 50, 25, and Hard Chargers are getting 10. But all we want to see today, who will take home that top spot for the season? Will it be Emilis Felica? Will it be Ricky Stobart? Will it be Cameron Mustard? Who knows? We won't know until tomorrow evening. Before we get into all of that though, we have qualifying for that top 32 spots. As you see, working our way down our blank sheet there, we're getting everything ready, set up in the background. I believe we do have drivers in the server. We do indeed. There you go. So first on the line, I believe it's Gage McMichael there, BMW F22, I think, from what I can see. As we just wait for lights, as there we go, we get the green lights. Gage leaves the line there in that E92. Apologies, as he initiates into outer zone 1, giving you the first rundown of this track. Very long outer zone 1 as he gets around to outer zone 2 now. The judges really going to be marking on that 2 sections there. Very crucial points there as we work our way around now. That second outer zone, or the second wall you see there, is very interesting because there's not really clips. There's clips either side of it, but judges not marking it as a full zone. They're just looking for fluidity and decent angle and a perfect arc through that section as they move on to outer zone 3. Not really a decel. There's a big kind of pile on a lot of angle, but it's not really a decel. Drivers are allowed a little bit of a light left foot brake and a little bit of a hydro stab, but we'll get going for Gage's second run here. We are running consecutive yet again here for this round, as we did in the previous round, as Gage initiates into outer zone 1 now, pilots that E92 along the wall, has a little bit of a waver as he comes through outer zone 1, gets around now to outer zone 2, dials on the angle to get that E92 through outer zone 3 along that wall. As we transition back now through that nice fluid arc motion goes Gage McMichael as we fly along now towards 4, transition back now towards the last outer zone of outer zone 5, and nice and beautifully up along that as he crossed the line. We'll wait for his second score to drop in. 59 on his first run. Will he improve on his second run? As scores start to drop in here, and he will improve. It's a 78.3 for Gage McMichael. As we move along now to our next driver, it will be Ricky Stobart on the line. He's going to warm his tires. You see him coming into frame there. Ricky Stobart, our championship points leader right now, the CDT driver, repping them Ström wheels on that 180SX, built by Dill Designs. Unbelievable looking cars. We start to get the lights illuminating here. Different semaphore for this round. all them issues fixed from last round. But Ricky Stobart starts to initiate now into outer zone 1, fires that 180SX onto the wall. Nice fluid motion there for Ricky Stobart, and he starts to fire them STRO M Wheels around outer zone 2, dials on the angle, gets it nice and settled for outer zone 3 as he transitions back now along the second wall towards outer zone 4, gets through there nice and cleanly. Very, very nice through here, through 5, as we get him to transition back now towards outer zone 6 along that wall as he pilots that 180SX from Carbon Drift Team across the line for his first half of qualifying. We'll see what happens, drops in for the scores here for the judges. It's looking quite good from what I can see right now. It's a 92.7 for Ricky Stobart. Incredible stuff on the first half of qualifying. Can settle himself down now. See, can he improve on the second half of qualifying as he leaves the line, gets the green lights to go. Ricky Stobart to go in on the second half of qualifying here as he flick initiates that 180SX through outer zone 1 here, starts to fire it up along the wall, continues it all the way out to outer zone 2, starts to lock them front wheels and gets through outer zone 2 quite nicely, and 3, sorry, brings it around to outer zone 4, working his way around nice and smooth throughout that outer section as we come around now to the final outer zone 6, fills the entire section and gets through to the start line, or the finish line rather. We'll wait for the scores to drop in. Will it be an improvement for Ricky Stobart? As scores start to drop in here, won't be an improvement, but still a great score on the board. Ricky will be happy with that qualifying session done nice and early. Nerves settled, don't have to be worrying about nerves anymore. It is what it is now. As we go back to the line, I believe it's James Estrella on the line to take us through our next set of qualifying runs. As we wait for lights to illuminate, we get them. James Estrella and another Carbon Drift Team 180SX, they start to flick initiate through outer zone 1. Look at this from James Estrella. Drops out a little bit early, but tries to get it back online for outer zone 2. Manages to get there as we angle up now for outer zone 3. Transition back now towards a nice fluid motion through outer zone 4. Brings it all the way around now to outer zone 5. Very clean through there. Last transition now towards the final outer zone. Fills the zone beautifully. Gets every bit of that car into that zone as he comes across the line. We'll wait for the scores to drop in for the first half of that. That's an 82.7, matching the second score of Ricky Stobart. As he starts to get 3 lights again, he'll go for the second half of qualifying here. James Estrella, what can he do? Will he improve as he starts to light them wheels up really early? Mongi entry and really tries to just improve that score, getting that car, stops the wavering nice and early, gets settled as we're coming through outer zone 3 here. Transitions back now towards outer zone 4, gets through outer zone 4 nicely, brings it nice and smooth around outer zone 5. Transition now towards outer zone 6. Will he get that car all the way in? Yes, he does. James Estrella doing a very tidy job here in qualifying. Let's see what happens with the judges. Will it be an improvement? I think it might be. That was very nice for his second half. Very smart use of his 2 consecutive runs. As the scores drop in, and it is an improvement. It's a 90-point run for James Estrella. Already 2 runs in the 90s. This is incredible. This might be a very high score in qualifying here. As we move it back to the line here now, it'll be Jack Chapman on the line. As he's just warming his tires in that E36. So we wait for the judges to illuminate them start line lights. As we get the lights to illuminate there, Jack Chapman to bring us out for his first qualifying run. Gets early initiation there, but drops him a little bit shallow, drops out of the zone completely, unfortunately. Will he tidy this up for the rest of the run? Does manage to get to outer zone 2 and 3 here. Angles up that E36 as we transition back now towards outer zone 4. Nice through there, a bit of a B to A line there as we come through outer zone 5, a little bit shallow off there. Transition back now towards outer zone 6. Jack Chapman not really having that impact in this run that he would have liked as he shallows off angle before he gets to the final finish line there, as he will get a score on the board. Score starting to drop in at 72.7. He'll move back to the line to do the second half of qualifying for himself. Just wait for them lights to illuminate. We start to get 1, 2 3, and green lights means go. Jack Chapman to leave the line for the second half of his qualifying here as he initiates into outer zone 1 early again. Does manage to keep it settled a little bit deeper this time as we come around now towards outer zone 2. Gets through there nice and clean, perfect through there as we come around to outer zone 3 and perfect through there again. Transitions back now, smooths that arc around to outer zone 4, brings it nicely around the wall towards outer zone 5, gets through there cleanly too as we transition back now towards the final outer zone. Outer zone 6, Jack Chapman crosses the line. Let's see what the judges drop in for him. As the scores do start to drop in, will it be an improvement? I believe it will be a slight improvement. We'll just wait for one judge to drop in a score. And it will be an improvement. It's a 77-point run for Jack Chapman on the second half of qualifying. So a good improvement there as we go back to the line. It will be Manta Savickas to bring us around this time. As we just get the lights to go green. There we go. Mantas to leave the start line chicane. Lights up the rear wheels on that 180SX. Fires it through first outer zone. A little bit shallow than what he would have liked as we come through outer zone 2 here. Very nice through there. Outer zone 3 clean through the A line there as we transition back now towards outer zone 4. This is where the judges want fluidity. They want it to be smooth. There's a few little wobbles and wavers there, unfortunately, for Mantas as he transitions back now towards the final outer zone. Gets through nice and deep onto the wall as he brings it around now to the finish line. Let's see what scores drop in there for Mantas. As scores do start to drop in slowly here. Just waiting for two more judges to drop in them scores before we can send Mantas for his second half of qualifying. You just wait on one last judge, and it's 73.7 to begin Mantas's first qualifying. As we bring it on now for the second half, we'll get them lights to re-illuminate. Just taking a second there to settle everything as we get the lights to go green. Manta Savickas to bring us through this track once more here as he fires through outer zone 1. Very nice through there, a lot better this time, a lot deeper as he brings it now down to outer zone 2. Just locks that front wheel ever so slightly. Very nice there. A little bit of a slight waver just before outer zone 3, but managed to recover as he comes around outer zone 4 to 5. Starts to make it that little bit smoother. That's exactly what the judges are looking for and will reward him for that. And as he gets deep again into outer zone 6 and crosses the line, Manta Savickas. Very, very nice from him. Let's see, will it be an improvement for him on his second half qualifying? As you can see in the background there, one of the MX-5s, our first MX-5 of the night. And it's an 85.3 from Manta Savickas in his overall qualifying. So very good score from him. Juan Jorquez, a man who is definitely one to watch. He has done incredible last round. He got very far. He qualified 4th last round as he fires that MX-5 through towards outer zone 1. Look at this from Juan Jorquez, firing that MX-5 as he drives in 4th gear around outer zone 2. Starts to dial on the angle for outer zone 3. Transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Let's see how fluid he is through this whole section. He's definitely a man who's well able to keep it slides fluid, and he does just that as he comes through now. Transitions back towards outer zone 6 and fits that entire MX-5 through the entirety of outer zone 6. Incredible stuff from Juan Jorquez. Definitely a man to beat this weekend as the scores start to drop in, and it's a 96.3 for Juan Jorquez. Oh my god, this is the first group, and it's already up this high. It's incredible. Juan Jorquez giving us a second half of qualifying now as he fires that MX-5 in 4th gear around outer zone 1 here. Starts to really keep it deep in that zone as he comes through outer zone 2. Very nice there. Starts to nice angle up. Ooh, a little bit late angling up there, but did manage to deal with it quite well as you come through outer zone 4. Pins it onto the wall of outer zone 4 to 5. Gets through 5 nicely. Transitions now one last final time as he tucks that MX-5 into outer zone 6 and crosses the line. Juan Jorquez, everybody. Will it improve his score of a 96.3? I'm not sure, but we will see what happens here as the scores start to drop in. And it's a 91.7. He'll be happy with that qualifying session. That was incredible from Juan Jorquez. As we'll get our first 6 drivers. Juan Jorquez topping qualifying with a 96.3 already, followed closely by Ricky Stobart with a 90.7, James Estrella with a 90-point run, Mantas Savickas with an 85.3, Gage McMichael with a 78.3, and Jack Chapman with a 77. So already some incredibly high scores in qualifying. This is mental stuff. As we'll take a short, just quick reset to get other drivers into the server. If you just stay with us just momentarily, we'll go to a quick ad break and we'll see you back in 2 minutes.
What's your move? Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
What's your move? Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Welcome back to Scottish Virtual Drift Series Round 4 for our second group of qualifying here in Ström Wheels Stadium. Ström being our title sponsor for the season, big thank you to them. And all the rest of our sponsors as well, DND Performance Interiors, Driftland, Number 26 Racing, Tsuji Collective, so many names to mention. You'll see them decorated around on the track, Dill Designs, Kaptured Media. As we go to the line, we're just waiting on one or two drivers. I think that's Michael Trabb on the line there to warm his wheels before he sends down for his first half of qualifying. Just waiting for the lights to go green, give him the go ahead to be sent down. Big thank you to everybody in chat there and everybody watching on the stream. Thank you for joining us this evening. As we get Michael Trabb to leave the line here. Initiates into outer zone 1. Very nice there by Michael Trabb in that E46. Brings it around towards outer zone 2. Stalls up them front wheels, the STRO M Wheels. Brings around to outer zone 3, gets nicely on that angle, transitions back now towards the wall of outer zone 4, gets through there nicely onto the B line as he brings it around smoothly to outer zone 5. Michael Trabb not putting a foot wrong here as he comes through outer zone 6, the final outer zone. Let's see how he gets across the line. Very nice there from Michael Trabb as we get him back to the line. We'll wait for judges to drop in their scores, see where he sits for now. Wait for two other scores to drop in. Gonna be a 73.7 for Michael Trabb on his first score, as we'll wait for judges to give the green light yet again for the second half of qualifying for the E46 driver. As we get the green lights, Michael Trabb to bring us out one last time for his qualifying session flicks that E46 towards the wall, outer zone 1. Ooh, just tags the wall there as he brings around the final of outer zone 1, gets through outer zone 2, starts to stall that car up, get put on the angle, the Sakai driver through outer zone 3 as he transitions back now towards outer zone 4 along the wall, brings it nice, smooth and fluid through there. It's exactly what the judges are looking for through that section as he will transition back now towards outer zone 6, starts to tuck up nicely onto the wall as he crosses the line. Very nice job there from Michael Trabb. Will that be an improvement on a score? We'll have to find out from the judges. Scores do start to drop in at 73.7. If you're going to be one thing, be consistent. It's exactly what Michael Trabb's doing there. As we bring it back to the line, we'll move it on to our next driver. It will be Liam Cook in that R32 Skyline. As the lights start to illuminate, Liam Cook on the line. He leaves the line now through the start line chicane, lights up the rear wheels on that R32 nice and early, gets into outer zone 1 a little bit late, a little bit shallow there. He would have been like a little bit deeper there as he comes through outer zone 2, starts to dial on the angle for outer zone 3, gets along that wall nicely, transitions now. Let's see how he deals with the fluid arc of outer zone 4 to 5, gets through there, dials on a little bit of angle just to get that car settled as he transitions back now towards outer zone 6, starts to tuck up nicely onto the wall as he brings it around to the finish line. Not a bad first run for Liam Cook there as scores start to drop in for him. It's a 78 on the board. He'll be happy with that. Nice baseline to start with as he will want to improve in his second half. We already have some incredible scores. 96.3 from Juan Jorquez on the board already. 3 scores already in the 90 from the first bit of qualifying as he lights up them STRO M Wheels nice and early again. Flicks hard into outer zone 1. Starts to tuck up a little bit deeper than he was on his first half of qualifying as he gets through outer zone 2. Starts to stall up that R32 to get through outer zone 3. Not a decel as such, but is a area where the judges want to see it thrown a little bit more angle just to stall up the car a little bit as we come through out of zone 5. Nice through 4 to 5 as we come through out of zone 6. Oh, just gets a bit deep into 6, tags the wall, pushes him shallow again. Big mistake there from Liam Cook. It was going all so well as the judges will put a penalty down on that as we wait for the scores to drop in. And yes, it's a 66.7, so 78 is highest qualifying run there as we move it back to the line here now. I believe it is, yeah, Malcolm Giuliattini as he gets the green lights in that 180SX. Starts to leave the line here now, flicks early towards outer zone 1. Not a huge amount of angle there. It's trying a little bit of understeer maybe there from Malcolm as he gets through outer zone 2 here. Starts to dial on the angle here for outer zone 3. Has found that grip in that 180SX as he transitions back now to outer zone 4. Gets through that A-line nice and cleanly. Starts to work his way around towards outer zone 5. Nice through there as he transitions back now towards the final outer zone. A little bit of a waver as he comes through that first bit of the zone, but does manage to keep it together. See what the judges make of that as the scores start to drop in. As we get 2 scores now, just waiting on that final score to drop in. It's a 79.3, good start for Malcolm in that gorgeous livery of that on that 180SX. As we get the green lights yet again, Malcolm to lead us out in the second half of qualifying as he initiates nice and early, gets through there, a little bit more angle through that section. That's exactly what the judges are looking for. Not over angling through there, gets through out of zone 2 nice and clean, piles on the angle for 3. Now transition back now. Let's see how he deals with this fluid motion from 4 to 5. Does manage to do a tidy job through there, so judges will reward him for that as he transitions now towards the last outer zone. Will he tag the wall? No, he won't, but does dial off the angle ever so slightly as he comes across the line there. Judges not really minding that too much so long as it's still on angle to a certain extent, as an 85.3 drops in. A big jump up there for Malcolm Giuliattini, that Italian driver, as we move it back to the line here now to our next driver. It's Raul Biraghi. I probably butchered that name, I'm so sorry. As Raul leaves the line through the start line chicane here. FC RX7, first one of the night, initiates into outer zone 1. A little bit less angle there. Would want a little bit more as he comes through outer zone 2. A little bit shallow off there as he stalls up heavily for outer zone 3. Transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Will need to get nice and deep through the rest of the zones here, as he does manage to bring it cleanly around to outer zone 5. Not as deep into that zone as he would have liked, though. Does manage to get it nice and tucked up for outer zone 6 as he crosses the line. Very nice in the last section of the track there as the judges start to drop in their scores. We will see what the judges made of that one. Let's just wait for one last judge. It's always Rise. Everybody in chat should give out to Rise for being slow on the scores, as 74.7 drops in as we will give the lights to go ahead down the track for Raul once again. Leaves in that RX-7 FC, starts to light up the Ström Wheels nice and early, flicks hard into outer zone 1. That's more like it. Gets really tucked into outer zone 1. Very nice there. A lot more impact on this run from Raul as he gets through outer zone 2. Brings it around to outer zone 3. Nice through there. Doesn't stall the car in any way. Just gets through nice and cleanly in one fluid motion as he brings it around outer zone 4 and through outer zone 5 in one fluid motion. Exactly what the judges are looking for there. It starts to tuck up that FC RX-7 through outer zone 6 as he brings it along and across the line. As we will wait for judges to drop in the score there. Did shallow off the angle right at the end there, but again, judges not really minding that one too much, as it is a good extension. It's an 85 on the board for Rel. Very nice score from him. You will be happy with that. It's a good baseline to have, and good score to have as a whole for your top 32 hopes. As we'll move it along to our next driver, it's Yuri on the line. Yuri Proka. Let's see what happens here as we get the lights to go. Yuri leaves the line, starts to light the wheels on the chaser. Nice and early, gets through outer zone 1 here. Big car, a lot bigger than most cars on the grid as he comes through outer zone 2. Starts, you can see the front wheels glowing. Oh, and gets it all wrong for outer zone 3. Stalls up too much as he comes towards outer zone 4. Gets very deep into outer zone 4 and 5 there. Tucks it up as he transitions back now for outer zone 6 and just shuts it down a little bit. Does he manage to keep it going? I'm not too sure. Will that be a 0? Yeah, I think that is a 0, unfortunately, for Yuri Proka there. Very unfortunate for him. Let's see, can he tidy it up for a second run and get a score on the board here as he gets the green lights to go. Lights the wheels up nice and early yet again. Gets through to outer zone 1. Maybe just tagging the wall on the entry there as he gets through that final bit of wall into outer zone 2. Let's see, will he make it right this time through 3? He does indeed. Let's see, with the transition now, brings it to 4. Nice through there. Definitely just a little bit of a mishap through 3 on the last run. He gets through 4 and 5. Very clean here, and this is definitely going to be a massive thing. Oh, and I spoke too soon. Hits the wall, tags the wall. Unfortunately for Yuri, will he get a score? No, I don't think he will. That could be a 0-0, unfortunately, as I believe, yeah, that is a 0-0 for Yuri. Unfortunately, definitely not how we would have liked this last round of SVDS Street Series to go. As we'll move it along to our next driver on the line. Where I believe it is Wojtek Dennis on the line. It is indeed. That score in the second run would have been so good for Yuri as well. Just that little mistake hitting the wall straight and about that causing the 0-0. So Wojtek Dennis now in that E36 to bring us out here. Fires it through outer zone 1. Look at the impact already in this run. He's out to prove a point here this weekend as he comes through outer zone 2. Stalls up the front wheels. You can see those Ström wheels locking there in the front of the E36 as he brings it through 3. Just settling that car as he come around now to outer zone 4. Starts to run the wall. Starts to just tap that foot brake. Keep it in that pocket as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. Dials on some serious angle as he comes through the final wall and across the line. Wojtek Dennis putting on a show here. Let's see what the judges made of this one. It's a very good run. I think the judges will agree with me on that one as the scores start to drop in. It's an 88.3, a perfect score to give you that first qualifying run, give you a good baseline. You can go all out here now, Wojtek, as he gets the green light. Let's see what happens on his second qualifying run. Lights up the tires, lovely and early, initiates it low, very hard through outer zone 1, just has to make a little adjustment there on the angle as he brings it down towards outer zone 2, locks up them front Ström wheels as he comes through outer zone 3, very deep through there as he transitions back now along the wall towards outer zone 4, brings it nice and smooth around this entire section, gets through 5 nice and deep as well there as he comes through outer zone 6. Manages to tuck that up nice and neatly across the line. Let's see what the judges made of that one too. That was very good. Will it be an improvement? And I think it will. And it's a 92.7. He'll be happy with that. Another score in the 90s. Very, very nice there from Wojtek. As we'll move it on to our next driver. I believe it is Jonathan N. It is indeed Jonathan N on the line, gets the green light to be sent down this Ström Wheels track. Repping that Dill Designs on the side of the car. You can see one of our sponsors as he fires through outer zone 1, gets through outer zone 2 very cleanly too. Starts to lock them front wheels up through outer zone 3. Does on the angle, transitions back now to 4. Let's see how deep he gets into the zone. He's perfect through there as he brings it nice and fluidly around to outer zone 5. Transition back now towards outer zone 6. Jonathan N not putting a foot wrong here. Very, very clean run from him as he crosses the line. Let's see what the judges drop in as a score for him here, as that will be a very good starter run. Starting to see a tactic here. Drivers putting in that safe run for their first half and then going all out. This consecutive qualifying setup is definitely playing a bit with the drivers. Do they just do a safe run then go all out, or do you just go all out full stop? And let's see what Jonathan's tactic is here. Is he just going to try to do another good baseline, just to try to improve as much as he can? As he gets through outer zone 3 here, transitions back now towards outer zone 4, putting that R32 to the wall as he starts to pedal it around now towards outer zone 5. We'll put the power down now as he comes towards outer zone 6, starts to settle in onto the wall of outer zone 6 as he crosses the line. Very good stuff there from Jonathan. As we'll wait for the scores to drop in. Will it be an improvement? It definitely might be. That was very smooth, a lot smoother than the last run. As the scores start to drop in here, and it will be just one last score. And it's an 83.7, so a slight improvement there. As we'll go back to the line to our next driver. It was Amro Alawi. As in that E36 gets the green lights to go. We'll send him down the track here. Amro Alawi to initiate. Wow, big entry there in the E36 as he fires it along the wall at outer zone 1. Pedals that E36 towards outer zone 2, and let's see how he stalls it up for outer zone 3. Dials on the angle, gets cleanly through there. Incredible stuff as he comes through now onto the wall of outer zone 4. Very nice and neat along the wall, very tight to the wall as he transition back now, gets very close up onto outer zone 6's wall, maybe just tagging it slightly, just a slight correction on the angle there as he was nearly through the entire zone. But that will be an incredibly high scoring run, I think. Will he join the 90-point club on his first run here? And he will. It's a 91 on the board for Amro Alawi. Incredible stuff. As we get the green light to go, Amro Alawi to lead us out for second half of qualifying. Fires that E36 up along the wall of outer zone 1. Starts to bring it now to our outer zone 2. Start to tighten it up a little bit for 3. Gets through there nice and cleanly. Let's see how he handles the smoothness from 4 to 5. Gets through there. 0 correction so far through this section. Incredible stuff. As we transition back now straight to the wall with the back bumper, the E36. Maybe another correction there on the wall, but let's see how the judges score this one. This will be another high scoring run, I think. Will he go 90s on both runs? Let's see what happens. And it's a 90-point run, so not an improvement, but still both runs in the 90s. Definitely nothing to be turning your nose up at as we go to a man who's been a heavy hitter in this championship, causing a lot of upsets, is Ahmed Al Hamadi. as we get three green lights on the semaphore. Ahmed Al Hamadi to lead us in that 180SX, a man who is an incredible line driver. Look at this from Ahmed Al Hamadi. If you're looking for a top qualifier, this is definitely one in contention as he comes through outer zone 2 and 3, gets through there very cleanly, transitions back now. How smooth will he be along this wall? The smoothest we've seen all night. Absolutely incredible stuff as he transitions back now towards the final outer zone along the wall. Very clean through there. This is gonna top qualifying, I feel. This is incredible stuff, that 180SX. He is so in sync with it. He knows exactly what he has to do. As scores drop in, this is going to be incredibly high. It's a 95-point run. Not enough to top qualifying, but definitely to get second spot up there. Let's see what will happen in the second half of qualifying here. Will it be... Is he gonna try top qualifying? Who knows, as he starts to initiate really early through outer zone 1 here. Gets that 180SX tucked up nicely along the wall, runs the entire wall, gets through outer zone 2, locks up them front STRO M Wheels on the 180SX, gets through outer zone 3, transitions back now towards the wall at outer zone 4 and 5, gets through outer zone 4. Zero corrections to outer zone 5, and as he transitions back now, gets straight back that back bumper, the 180SX, onto the wall as he starts to cross the line. Ahmed Al Hamadi, take a bow. That is how you do qualifying. Will it top qualifying though? That was another incredible run that he's just done. It's unbelievable how technical this man is as the scores drop in. Just waiting on one final score. As we wait very patiently for our last judge to drop in the scores. Well, taking a little bit of time here and it's a 98-point run. Oh my god, Ahmed Al Hamadi, take a bow. That was incredible. 98-point run, tops qualifying, tops Juan Jorquez with a 96.3. I think Ahmed will feel kind of safe with them runs. I think he'll be happy with them. As we go back to the line, as Karolis Bazinskas, a man who had definitely another great round last round, finished very well. As we get the green lights to go, Karolis Bazinskas to initiate in to outer zone 1 in that E92. Gets cleanly through there as we work our way around to outer zone 2. Starts to lock them front wheels on the E92. Brings it around outer zone 3. A little bit shallow off there as we transition back now towards outer zone 4. Gets lovely through that section. Through the A-line and through A-line on that outer zone 5. Transitions back now towards outer zone 6. Incredible stuff as he starts to get across that start line. Finishes off his first half qualifying. We'll see what the judges drop in there. Good banker lap there. Definitely a safe score as a 81.7 drops in for Karolis. As we get 3 green lights yet again. Karolis to initiate to outer zone 1. Very clean so far, no corrections. Maybe a little bit more angle he would have liked through there as he gets through outer zone 2. Locks the wheels early, coming after outer zone 2. Gets through outer zone 3 very nicely as we transition back now towards that center wall. Very clean through here, no corrections. That's exactly what the judges are searching for as we come now to the final outer zone. Very clean through there as he shallows up the angle to cross the line. Let's see what the judges drop in. It will be an improvement, I think, from his first run. Let's see what they drop in, and it is one more score. It's an 88-point run. Great improvement there for Karolis Bazinskas. As we bring it back to the line now, it'll be Bartek Spasov to go next. One of those Spasov drivers, Polish drivers, incredible family out there in Poland as he initiates through outer zone 1 here. Very clean through the section, maybe a slight correction as he comes through there as he brings it around now to outer zone 2. Two of the most important spots on the track, I've been told by our head judge Rise, as we transition back now towards outer zone 4. Works his way up onto that outer zone kind of area. It's not really a zone, I'm being told by the judges. It's more of an area that they really just want to see more fluidity, the smooth as possible with 0 corrections from 4 to 5. as Bartek finishes off his first run. Let's see what drops in here from the judges. As we just wait for two judges to drop in their scores. That's an 86.3, perfect for first half of qualifying. You can go all out now, Bartek, if you want, as he leaves the line in that E92. Starts to flick initiate nice and early, gets onto the wall very early, lovely through this first outer zone as he starts to pedal that E92 now towards outer zone 2, gets around now. Dill is on the angle for outer zone 3. This is incredible so far from Bartek Spasov as he transitions back now towards outer zone 4, very deep through there. Definitely a banker lap on the first half of this qualifying session for him as he transitions back towards the final outer zone and puts it in the wall. Wow, that would have been such a high scoring run. Unfortunately for Bartek Spasov, that will be it. An 86.3 in his first qualifying run, makes connection with the wall in the second and zeroes out his run, so that is very unfortunate for him. But we will go to our next driver on the line. It's Sam McCleary, a man who is sponsored to Recovery and Transport Scotland, him and his teammate Jordan Fraser, as we get him on the line in that beautiful E46. Just readjust himself ever so slightly there as we wait for the lights to illuminate. There you go, as he gets 3 green lights, sends it down for his first half of qualifying here. Lights up the wheels in the back of that E46, sends it into outer zone 1, fires it through, drops off very shallow here, leaves the zone very early, misses outer zone 2, has to do a massive correction there. That's 2 of the main zones, heavy hitting zones on the track as he transitions back now. We'll want to clean it up for the rest of this as he gets through outer zone 4 and 5. Does manage to maybe just tag the wall through there as he transitions back now towards outer zone 6, a little bit late to that zone, and a correction towards the end there. Won't be a very high scoring run, but it is a score on the board nonetheless. As we just wait for the judges to drop in their scores, and it's a 61.7 to be on the board for Sam McCleary as he gets 3 green lights to send him for the last qualifying run of his night, as he lights up the wheels very early, sends it into outer zone 1. There you go, that's the impact he's looking for as he fires that E46 along the wall here, the first outer wall, gets through outer zone 2. Ooh, and catches a lot of understeer from 2 to 3, transitions, manages to get it, but catches understeer yet again, makes connection with the wall at outer zone 4, and that will be all she wrote. Unfortunately, that is a 0 on the board for him, as we will move it along to our next driver on the line, which I believe, yeah, so that is actually the end of that group. We will take a short break now in just a second. We'll just have a look at how it looks at the moment. Ahmed Al-Hamadi with that 98 on the board, incredible stuff, followed by Juan Jorquez with a 96.3, Wojtek Dennis with a 92.7, followed by Ricky Stobart with a 92.7. Wojtek having the higher second run, or higher lower run there, as Amro Alawi in with a 91. Then looking through here, we've got some drivers that have dropped down a little bit. Liam Cook on that 78 drops into 14th position. Manta Savikas an 85.3, number 10th. And then Sam McCleary, unfortunately, with that 61.7 in 17th position there, as that will be all she wrote for that group. And we will be back in a couple of minutes with our next group in qualifying. See you then.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Down doors, listen to the tribe. Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you bite.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you bite.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Step into the scene. No, nobody can do it like me.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Welcome back to Scottish First Row Drift Series Round 4. It's the Street Series brought to you by STRO M Wheels. And another sponsor we have here at the series is DND Performance Interiors for all your interior needs, for your quick release of steering wheels, all your accessories for steering wheels, harnesses, shift knobs, seats, brackets, handbrakes, whatever you need, they got it for your interior stuff. As we go back to the line, it's Luis Trevino in his MX-5 waiting to be sent down the line here by the judges, as he waits very patiently on that line. Louis, a very good line driver, so we will see what happens with his qualifying here. The consecutive qualifying, playing a lot of tactics with drivers here so far this evening. Some guys putting in banker laps to begin with, some guys going all out in their first run to just go nice and safe on the second, make sure that their grip levels maybe on the first one are exactly what they're expecting, go all out and see what happens. Whereas Luis Trevino gets the green lights to go, gets sent down in that MX-5, tucks into outer zone 1 very nicely, has to make an adjustment on the line there as he finishes off the wall run, comes through outer zone 2, starts to tighten it up now for outer zone 3, gets through there nice and cleanly as he transitions now, makes a nice snappy transition onto the wall at outer zone 4, gets through there very nicely as Luis Trevino pilots that MX-5 through outer zone 5. Transitions back now towards outer zone 6, tucks it up completely into the zone as he finishes out the wall run and crosses the line. Luis Trevino doing an incredible job as we get the scores to drop in there. It's an 88.3. Very good first run for Louis Trevino. Gonna want to do a little bit better on a second run, though. I know how Louis operates. He wants to go bigger and better every single time as he leaves the line here. Starts to fire that MX-5 with them STRO M Wheels up along outer zone 1 along the wall here. Tucks it nicely through there. Doesn't have any adjustments as he comes through outer zone 2. Brings it now nice and tight around outer zone 3, dials on the angle as he transitions back now, positions the car nicely for outer zone 4, gets through there. Does he make any corrections to 5? No, he doesn't, as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. It's a very good run for Luis Trevino as he tucks it up again towards the wall and across the line. Very good stuff for Luis Trevino. He'll be happy with that as the scores start to drop in yet again. And it's a 91.3, an improvement. Louis Trevino in the 90-point club. Let's go. It's exactly what he's looking for there, as he will go back and watch the rest of qualifying as we'll move along to our next driver on the line. You can see him warming his wheels there. E46, Jakub Brushkovic on the line, that orange E46, as he waits for the lights to illuminate. 1, 2, 3 red lights and now 3 green lights. Jakub leaves the line here, lights up the rear wheels on the back of the E46 and flies it through outer zone 1 here. Oh, a little bit of a shaky entry and shaky through outer zone 1 as a whole. Starts to tidy it up for outer zone 2 and 3 here. You can see him locking the front wheels on that car as he transitions. Has to stall up the car a little bit for the transition. He gets cleanly out to 4, fixes that line there, has a slight correction after outer zone 4, gets through to 5, transitions back now towards outer zone 6. Will he tuck it up cleanly through here? Yes, he does, as he finishes off the wall run and crosses the line. Jakub, very, very good banker lap there for him as the scores start to drop in from the judges. As we just wait on one final judge to drop in the score, and it'll be 73 on the board for Jakub. Decent, safe run there as we'll wait for the green lights. There we are. Jakub to do the second half of his qualifying session as he lights up the wheels a lot earlier this time, fires it into outer zone 1, locks that front wheel, trying to dial on some angle, maybe not as much as he would have liked, gets through outer zone 2. A lot of left foot brake here from Jakub Brushkovic, unfortunately, as he transitions back here now, maybe dealing with some grip problems on the front end of that car, maybe not settling into it as much as he would have liked as he gets through outer zone 5, transitions back now towards outer zone 6, starts to tuck it up very nicely there, adjusts very cleanly for the wall as he shallows up the angle to cross the line. Let's see what the judges put down as scores for that. Will it be an improvement? I think it might be right off the rip here. And it'll be a 79.7, so it is an improvement. Let's see, does that get him into top 32 action tomorrow evening? As on the line now, we have one of our sponsors here. It is Porter Stewart Homes, a man who runs number 26 Racing, one of the series sponsors. Big thank you to him. For all your 350Z or MX-5 needs, he's got you. If you want some coffee, he's also got you. And he also has his own 350Z custom strut braces. So if you need any 350Z or MX-5 needs, get onto Porter as he initiates now in his 350Z to outer zone 1. Doesn't get out all the way out there though, does manage to tag the end of it as he brings it now to outer zone 2, gets through there a little bit shallower than he would have liked, stalls it up for outer zone 3 as he transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Will he get through here cleanly? Yes, he does. Starts to light up the rear wheels on the back of that 350Z as he brings it around now towards outer zone 6, starts to tuck up that 350 onto the wall as he gets across the line. Porter Stewart Homes putting in first half of qualifying. Nice banker lap there for him as he drops in the scores at 62.7. Gonna want to improve on that for his second run as the lights start to re-illuminate. He'll get the green lights to go. Leaves start line chicane. Porter lights up the wheels nice and early, dials on the angle nice and early, gets through to outer zone 1, has to shallow up a little bit to stay on that wide line as he brings it through outer zone 2, starts to dial on the angle to outer zone 3, gets through there nice and cleanly as he transitions back now towards the route at outer zone 4, gets through the A line there, gets nice and fluid to outer zone 5, a lot better on this run as he transitions back now up onto the wall at outer zone 6, tucks that short car through that outer zone 6, and as he crosses the line, judges will drop in their scores there. Will it be an improvement? It will, I think, as the scores drop in. It's a 72.7 on the board. Will that be enough to get him into top 32 action? We'll have to wait till the end of qualifying to see if it does or not. As we'll move it along to our next driver on the line will be Sebastian Torud, as he is in that PS13, or first PS13 of the night, I believe. As he leaves the line here, Flick initiates in towards outer zone 1. Nice and clean through there, tucks that PS13 through that entire zone, finishes off the wall run, gets to outer zone 2, locks up that front wheel on that PS13, gets through outer zone 3, transitions back now, settle the car through this center wall. Very nice fluid motion here from Sebastian as he gets through outer zone 4 and 5, brings it around now to outer zone 6. A little bit of a wobble and a waver, maybe just tagging the wall on his way into outer zone 6 as he crosses the line. Let's see what the judges made of that one. That'll be a nice scoring run, and it's looking to be that way as the first score drops in. Second score and the final score will be an 89.7. He'll be happy with that one, absolutely. So, all out on the second run. Let's see what you got, Sebastian. You're safe for now. Let's see what happens here. Will he join the 90-point run club as he comes through the start line chicane? Flicks nice and early towards outer zone 1. Gets very clean through there. Nice and wide line through that wall run. Gets through outer zone 2 very nicely. Locking up them STRO M Wheels on the front of that PS13 as he comes through 3 nice and cleanly. Transitions back now. Sets him up very nice for 4. Will he have to do any adjustments to 5? No, he won't, as he transitions back now towards outer zone 6. Gets nice and tucked up as he rides the rest of the wall. Across the line he goes. Now, will this be a 90-point run? Will it be an improvement? Let's find out as we get one score dropping in and a second score, and it's a 92.3. Well done to Sebastian Torud. Very nice job on the second half of qualifying there. That's exactly what he would have been hoping for in that qualifying session. You can't ask for much more than that, than having a good banker lap on your first run and then improving on your second. So we'll go back to the line. It's Edvinas Morauskas on the line in the E46 as we wait for the judges to give the green lights to go. Judges just taking a quick reset there as we get the lights to illuminate. Let's get the 3 green lights illuminated. There we go. Edvinas to absolutely flick that E46. That was incredible. Big Scandinavian flick in that E46 to outer zone 1 as he gets through there clean through outer zone 2. Locks up them STRO M Wheels on the front of the E46 as he tightens it up for 3. Transitions back now. Will he set himself up nicely for outer zone 4? He does. Runs that A-line as he brings that E46 around to outer zone 5. Gets through there cleanly too as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. Starts to tuck that E46. Gets them front wheels in the zone and across the line. He'll be happy with that as a first run. As the scores start to drop in, this is going to be a decent score to start with, as it's a 90-point run on his first run. He'll be very happy with that. As we get the lights to re-illuminate, he'll go for a second half of qualifying here. Let's see what he can do. Will he improve on his first score as he starts to fire through outer zone 1? Maybe just tagging the wall. A little bit of a correction there through outer zone 1. Brings it now towards outer zone 2. Fires it through. Stalls it up nicely for outer zone 3 as he transitions back now towards the setup for outer zone 4. Gets through there cleanly yet again. You can see him working that left foot brake just to settle the car as he gets through 5 very nicely too. Transitions back now and brings it very, very smoothly through 6 as he crosses the line. This is going to be an improvement, I think, as the scores start to drop in from the judges. This is very clean from Edvinas Morauskas as the scores drop in, and it is just for the last score now, waiting on Rise to drop in the final score. There will be a 93.7. Great improvement there for Edvinas. He'll be happy with that as we go back to the line now. It's another FC RX7 on the line, as you can see, and it will be Liliana Lang. Lily Lang, that ESDA Women's, the female series, she won one of the rounds there. A driver who was new to us there last round, did an incredible qualifying run. Unfortunately, just missing out on top 32 action last round, but she fires that FC RX7 through outer zone 1. Very super job here from Lily so far. She gets through outer zone 2, brings it around now through outer zone 3, tightens it up beautifully as we come around now towards outer zone 4. Sets herself up perfect as we fire that FC RX7 towards outer zone 5, transition back now towards outer zone 6, starts to tuck that FC right into outer zone 6 as you finish off the wall run across the line. Not a half bad job at all for your first qualifying run. Sets Lily up very nicely, I would say, as the scores start to drop in here. And it's an 83 on the board. Delighted she will be with that. Sets you up perfectly. Good baseline to have as we get the lights to re-illuminate here. Lily Lang to leave the line for the second half of qualifying, her final qualifying run of the evening. She's flicked hard now, nice and early towards outer zone 1, gets in there nice and early and rides the wall the full way through as she gets through outer zone 2 here now, locks up them front wheels and tidies it up for 3. Transition back now, flicks very hard on the transition to outer zone 4. She doesn't really need to adjust through outer zone 5. Very nice through there. It's that slide society. SCRX7 gets put from wall to wall to wall in this Ström Wheels Stadium arena as the scores start to drop in. Will it be an improvement from her first run of an 83 on the board? As we just wait for 2 judges to drop in their scores for Lily. As they drop in, it's an 83 again. So consistent is Lily Lang. She will be happy with that, I'm sure. As we go to the next driver on the line, a man who has seen such an incredible improvement throughout, from last season at Series 4 to this Street Series. The improvement on this young man is incredible. Noah McGlade, that Ström Wheels represented driver, as he fires through outer zone 1 there, that CDT 180SX, as he brings it now around to outer zone 2, tightens it up for outer zone 3, very clean through there as he transitions back now, sets himself nice and early for 4, gets through there very cleanly. Through outer zone 5 now comes Noah McGlade as we fire through this last section, transitions back towards outer zone 6, a little bit of a waver there into 6 as he crosses the line. Very, very well done to Noah McGlade. This man is one to watch for the future, people. As we get the scores to drop in, it's an 88-point run on the first half of his qualifying runs. That will be a good job for him. He's happy with that as he gets the lights to re-illuminate again. Noah McGlade to leave the line non-stop here at SVDS as he fires that 180SX. Look at the aggression here from Noah McGlade as he comes through outer zone 1 through the final, or finishes off the wall runs. He comes through outer zone 2 and 3, very clean through them sections, gets that car slowed down perfectly as he comes around now to outer zone 4, runs that wall from 4 to 5, gets deep into those zones as he transitions back now for the final time in qualifying, gets through outer zone 6, tucks up nice and neatly as he fires along through the finish line. We will wait for the judges to drop in their scores. Will it be an improvement for Noah McGlade on the second half of this qualifying run? We will have to find out as the scores start to drop in. One last score to drop in. It's an 82.7 on second half, so an 88 being his high run. Good job for Noah McGlade. He'll be happy with that. Drops him in fairly decently into qualifying right now, I would say. Drops him fairly higher end of mid-pack as we go back to the line of PS13 of Cameron Shing. As we start to get 3 lights and 3 green lights. Cameron Shing to bring out in that PS13. Initiates nice and early as he has a little bit of a waver on the first bit of outer zone 1. Brings it nicely along the wall though. Gets it set up for outer zone 2 very cleanly as he comes through now to outer zone 3. Tightens up that angle. Transitions back now. Nice and controlled here from Cameron as he brings it around towards outer zone 5, starts to pedal that at PS13 around as he transitions now finally for outer zone 6, tucks up nice and deep into that zone, gets all of the wheels of the car into outer zone 6 as we get the scores starting to drop in for his first qualifying run. And it will be just one score to drop in now, just waiting on Rise to drop in that score, and it will be an 82.3 on the board for Cameron. Not a bad place to start as he gets 3 green lights yet again. He'll leave the start line chicane for one final time in this qualifying session this season as he initiates very early. Ooh, very shallow off outer zone 1 there. Not ideal for Cameron Shing. That's a big deduction right there as he gets through outer zone 2, starts to make his way towards outer zone 3. I'm not sure this will be an improvement on that first run as he starts to work his way towards outer zone 4. Gets a bit shallow off there as well. He brings it to outer zone 5, does manage to grab that zone as he transitions back now, back online for outer zone 6, tucks up nice and early, just tags the wall as he comes across the finish line. We'll wait for the judges to drop that in, but it will be a low enough score for missing that outer zone 1. Yeah, 59-point run there for Cameron Shing. Unfortunately for him, but a driver now who's had some upsets in our championship, caused some real upsets. Luis Zanata in that S14, a man who had an incredible couple of rounds. Qualified well, finished well in battles. Luis Zanata, let's see what happens here as he leaves the start line chicane in that S14. Flicks early, nice and controlled, nice and smooth here. Maybe going for a quick banker lap as he comes through outer zone 1, finishes out there at the wall run, gets through to outer zone 2. Starts to lock up them front wheels, nice and smooth here from Zanata as he transitions back now and sets himself up onto the wall at outer zone 4. Gets through there, you can see him working that foot brake just ever so slightly to settle the car. You can see the disc glowing red as he works his way around now through the final outer zone along the wall. Luis Zanata doing an incredible job. Take a bow, that was very nice, as the scores will drop in. I think that was a perfect representation of slow is smooth, but smooth is fast. That's exactly what the judges are looking for. It's a 90.3 from Luis Zanata. Smoothness is key on this track, and Zanata knows all about that as he gets start line lights for the second half of qualifying here as he fires in nice and early. A lot different impact on this run, going for aggression on the second half of qualifying here for Zanata as he fires through outer zone 2, starts to lock them front wheels, starts to dial on them angle for outer zone 3, maybe a little bit shallower than he would have liked there, but only very minorly, as he sets himself up beautifully for outer zone 4. No correction so far towards outer zone 5. Incredible stuff from Luis Zanata as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. Right onto the wall goes Luis Zanata as he finishes out his final qualifying run for the series. Let's see what the judges drop in for that one. That was fairly decent, and it's an 87.7, so not an improvement, but definitely a more impactful run. As we go back to the line now, we will see our next driver in the PS13. It is Emilis Velika, the man who's chasing down Ricky Stobart in the championship. And qualifying points matter here, because if both drivers got to the finals and Emilis had a much higher qualifying run here, he could take the championship as he fires through outer zone 2, gets through outer zone 2 here just there. And around outer zone 3, Emilis Velika, man, that RTW driver, ready to win. Definitely a point to prove here, wants that championship as he fires that PS13 along outer zone 5, transitions back here towards outer zone 6. Look at this from Emilis Velika, definitely a point to prove and wanting that top spot in the championship. As we will wait for his scores to drop in. Will it be already in the 90-point club? I think it might be, as Emilis Velika gets a, just as the last score just needs to drop through here before we know where he's at. It's a 93 on the board for Emilis Velika. That's incredible stuff here. Ricky Stobart already being out qualified by Emilis. 92.7 for Ricky. Emilis go for the second half of qualifying here, but Emilis wants to top that qualifying score as he fires through outer zone 1 here. Look at the aggression from Velika as he fires through that last bit of the wall run, gets through outer zone 2 into the wall at 3, tightens up nicely there in the PS13 as he transitions back now nice and early to get set up for 4. Very clean through here, a man who is so smooth on the wheel, it's incredible. He gets nice and early into outer zone 6. That's the earliest I've seen anybody get into outer zone 6 as he crosses the line. We'll see what the judges made of that one. Will it top qualifying? I'm not sure. But will it be an improvement? Let's find out. And it's a 94.7, so it does improve. Very nice job there from Emilis Velika. As I believe that might be our last driver in this group, and it is. So Ahmed Al Hamadi still leading us out there with a 98-point run. Juan Jorquez in second with a 96.3. Emilis Velika with a 94. Edvinas Morauskas with a 93.7. Wojtek Dennis with a 92. Ricky Stobart with a 92.7 as well. So there you go. There's already points difference here between Emilis Velika and Ricky Stobart. Noah McGlade there with the 88-point run drops him into 12th. He'll be happy with that. Zanata in 10th with a 90.3. Lily Lang there dropping into 19th with an 83-point run. So she will be happy with that. And we will move on to the next little bit in the list. Porter Stewart Holmes there, 72.7 on his run. Higher qualifier there. So we will see what happens, who will be in the drop zone, who will be out of top 32. We still have a lot of drivers to go yet, but we are going to have a quick server reset, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
what you like, girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Creo que estoy haciendo...
Watch your move, something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like, girl? Is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Welcome back to Scottish Virtual Drift Series Round 4 here at Ström Wheels Stadium. We are back for our next driver in our qualifying list. It's Axel Toppelin on the line as we wait for the judges to give the go-ahead, send him down for his first qualifying run. This incredible track has given us some incredible runs so far this evening. You see the big Ström wheels in the center of the track. All of our flags representing all of our different sponsors. Some of them, we obviously have title sponsor Ström Wheels. We also have DND Performance, Driftland, Mclellan Motorsport, Tsuji, Collective, Number 26 Racing, Kaptured Media, Dill 3D, and Frontside Racing. So all those guys, big thank you to them. Could not happen without them. And big thank you to everybody in the chat and watching along with us. A lot of viewers in there at the moment. Big thank you for sticking with us as we get Axel Toppelin to initiate in that FCRX7 along outer zone 1 here. Nice through that wall run as he comes now to outer zone 2, gets through there, dabs the handbrake just to settle the car a little bit as he gets to outer zone 3, transitions back now, looking to set himself up nicely for 4 as he gets through there nice and cleanly. Will he make any corrections through to 5? One little adjustment, but that's not much as he transitions back now, settles himself into the pocket at outer zone 6. Oh, just tags the wall as he gets to the end of outer zone 6, crosses the line. Will be deducted a little bit for that, but the scores do start to drop in. It's a decent start. It's a 79 on the board for Axel Toppelin as we will go to the second half of his qualifying run. He'll start to get the lights to illuminate. He'll get 3 green lights to go. He'll leave start line chicane. That FCRX7 of Axel Toppelin initiates nice and hard towards outer zone 1 along the wall run here as he starts to work his way now to outer zone 2, settles the car through outer zone 2, gets it nice and cleanly to 3, transitions now nice and early to get set up for 4. This is some drivers taking that approach to it as he needs to be nice and smooth from 4 to 5, gets through there nicely as he transitions back now again to outer zone 6. Will he tag the wall? No, he doesn't. Gets across the line. Nice job from Axel Toppelin. Very nice runs for him in his qualifying session. Let's see what the judge dropped in for that second half of his qualifying as we just wait on one more score to drop in, and it will be an 85 on the board for Axel Toppelin. He'll be happy with that. Nice job as we move it along to Rodrigo Carvalho, the Wild Monkeys driver, a fellow teammate of mine, a man that I've driven with for many years. Rodrigo, a veteran of this championship, been around for a good number of years as he leaves in that Wild Monkeys S14, flicks, enters into outer zone 1, fires along the wall at outer zone 1, makes his way down now to outer zone 2. Nice through there as he brings it nice and tight up to that outer zone 3, transitions early towards outer zone 4, gets through there nice and cleanly onto the A line. No correction so far as he gets to outer zone 5, nice and sweet as well, as he smooths his way along to outer zone 6 along the wall as he finishes out the run. Nice job from Rodrigo Carvalho. Very, very tidy job there as he starts to get scores dropping in. This will be a nice base point for him as it's an 87.7. Good job to Rodrigo. Let's see what happens in the second half. Is he going to go all out? I think he will. An incredible driver. I might be a bit biased, but Rodrigo, definitely a man to maybe have a look at in battles, because definitely a driver who likes to tandem. Does some incredible chase runs as he makes his way now through qualifying as outer zone 2, tightens it up for outer zone 3, transitions back now, taking that early approach to outer zone 4 yet again, gets through there a little bit shallower than he would have liked as he brings it along the wall to outer zone 5, transitions again now, settles his car up onto the wall at outer zone 6, slight adjustment, just shallows off the angle ever so slightly as he finishes out the run. Nice job overall for Rodrigo. Let's see what drops in here. Will it be an improvement? I think it might be, as it's an 89.7, not quite in the 90-point run club, but definitely damn near. Well done to Rodrigo. As we'll move it along to our next driver in the list. It's Jacob Dutton. This man in the R32 Skyline. Let's see what can happen here for his first qualifying run. As the lights start to light up for him, he'll get 3 green lights. We'll send him down start line chicane. Let's see Jacob Dutton to lead us out for qualifying. Gets through to outer zone 1 nice and clean. A few little waivers there, nothing to worry about those. He finishes out the wall run at outer zone 1, gets through to outer zone 2 now. Starts to tighten up the angle for outer zone 3. Ooh, a little bit shallow off there, not as much angle as he would have liked. A very late transition onto the wall, and yeah, he's gonna pay for that one. Unfortunately there for Jacob Dutton, he'll have to make his way back to the start line. That will be a 0 for his first run, unfortunately, as he just gets back around the end of the track here, gets on across the finish line. We'll bring it back to the start line for the second half of his qualifying run, as we get the lights to re-illuminate. They'll go green. Jacob Dutton to go on his second half of qualifying here as he initiates into outer zone 1 again. A lot more intensity in this run. Gets through outer zone 1 nice through there as he comes to outer zone 2. Will he make the same mistake into outer zone 3 again? No, he doesn't. He gets through there perfectly. Transitions back now to outer zone 4. Slows it right down on that transition. Gets nice through there. Will he bring it around to outer zone 5? Just a little bit shallow off there, unfortunately for him, as he brings it to outer zone 6 now to finish out the run as he crosses the finish line. Let's see what the judges drop through for him. Maybe slight connection issues there for Jacob, but unfortunately as well can make the run look a little bit jittery. As we just wait for judges to drop in a score there. Scores do start to drop in, and it is a 76 on the board for Jacob. So not the best of qualifying runs for him. We hope to see him in top 32 tomorrow. We will have to find out at the end of qualifying as we get the green lights to go. Ryan Craig, Mr. Jack Reacher himself in that E92, fires it along outer zone 1 here. A man who definitely wants to get into top 32 action tomorrow. Joker Motorsport gets through here to outer zone 3 and maybe just a little bit off outer zone 3 as he starts to fire along now towards outer zone 4. A little bit of a correction there towards outer zone 5, killing this run, killing all the wheels, all the tires on the back of that car as he tries to kill the wall. Nice headshot there on the wall, Mr. Jack Reacher himself. This man is the BFG, big tall man, and an absolute gent. As we get the lights to re-illuminate, they'll go green. We'll send the Hitman back down for second qualifying run as he initiates now through outer zone 1. A little bit shallow off there. We'll want to get a little bit deeper to fix it up for the rest of the run. Gets to outer zone 2 nice and cleanly on the right line this time as he gets through outer zone 3, maybe just leaving that a little bit early as we work our way around now to outer zone 4. Will he get through outer zone 5? He does. He gets through that section cleanly. That's definitely what the judges want to see, a nice fluid arc through there as he gets to outer zone 6. Just tags the wall, but that won't worry him too much as he does a little bit of a donut for the fans at the end of the run there as the scores start to drop in. as it will be a 74-point run for Ryan Craig. Fortunately, a 0 as we move it back. Brandon Carter on the line, Frontside Racing team owner. The man, one of our sponsors here at SVDS. Big thank you to him for sponsoring the series as he initiates in that PS13. A man who's been around SVDS for a very, very long time. Been around the sim community for a very long time as well, as he comes through Outer Zone 2. Very clean through here as he works his way around Outer Zone 3. Very nice line through there as he brings it now to Outer Zone 4. Nice and early. Settles that PS13 along the wall through Outer Zone 5 as he transitions back now. Very controlled and smooth here from Brandon Carter as he works his way towards the finish line and crosses the line. That is very nice from Brandon Carter. Had a great qualifying session the last round, but unfortunately did not make top 32. In fairness, he did get into top 32, just could not make it home. So unfortunately for him, hadn't about a top 32 action last round. 86.3 on his first run. He'll be happy with that as he gets green lights to go for his second half of qualifying. Flicks that PS13, gonna go for an all-out run here now for Brandon Carter as he comes through Outer Zone 1 along the wall. Very nice so far as he leaves the wall run, gets through Outer Zone 2 very nicely there too. Brings it to Outer Zone 3, tightens up perfectly, transitions now, and gets himself perfectly onto that line before Outer Zone 4, running that wall. The back bumper of that PS13 is gone as he comes through Outer Zone 5, transitions back now to Outer Zone 6. Look at the wall run here from Brandon Carter as he comes across the line. Incredible stuff. A lot of support for Brandon in the chat there as the scores start to drop in. Will it be an improvement? I think it will. It's a 92.3, joins the 90-point club yet again. Good job, Brandon Carter. Commentated with him all last season for DMP. Big, good mates behind the scenes and everything. He used to even drive for Frontside Racing. Definitely good mate of mine. And we will go back to the line. Brandon will be happy with that. He'll be ecstatic as Johannes Diop pulls to the line in his S14. We'll get 3 green lights for him. We'll send him down the start line chicane as he lights up the rear wheels on that S14. Manji entries into Outer Zone 1, gets up onto the wall there. You can see him tapping that foot brake just to settle the car. Gets them front wheels locked as he comes around now to Outer Zone 3. Transitions back now nice and early to get settled for Outer Zone 4. You can see him just feathering that foot brake just to rotate the car ever so gently around on that one fluid arc that the judges want as he settles in now to the last wall run across the line. Johannes Diop, take a bow. That was very nice. Definitely gonna score quite nicely there as we wait for judges to drop in all their scores. That will be an 83.7 on the board for his first half of quality. Not bad at all, as we'll send him for his second half of quality now. Let's see what happens. Johannes Diop for the final time qualifying this season. Let's see what happens on the second half of his runs as he comes through Outer Zone 1 nice and cleanly there. Very fluid here. Very smooth driver, Johannes, as he locks up them STRO M Wheels coming into Outer Zone 3. Transitions back now towards Outer Zone 4. Settles the car beautifully through the A-line as he runs the wall around to Outer Zone 5. Very clean run here from Johannes Diop as he transitions back now. Settles into the pocket at Outer Zone 6 along the walls. He finishes off that run and crosses the line. That'll be an improvement, I think, as the score starts to drop in. We will see what happens here. And it's an 87 on the board, so yeah, definite improvement for him. As we'll move it along to our next qualifier, it's Victor Valitz on the line. And we will see what happens in his qualifying run. So a new driver to the championship here, Victor, in that R32 Skyline, getting 3 red lights and 3 green lights. We'll send him down the start line chicane. Let's see what happens here as he initiates nice and early into Outer Zone 1 here. Gets through there perfectly. Starts to run that wall the full way along even after Outer Zone 1. Gets himself into Outer Zone 2 very quick now as he works his way to Outer Zone 3. Very, very nice through there as he transitions nice and early. Nice and snappy transition. A little bit of a correction before 4. Maybe went that little bit too early on the angle as he gets to Outer Zone 5. You can see him tapping that foot brake. Transitions back now to Outer Zone 6. Gets through there so well and across the line. He'll be happy with that run. Few little mistakes that he can clean up for his second half. Well, let's see what drops in here for Victor. As we just wait on one more judge to drop in a score. That's a 78 on the board. So we will see what happens there on the second half. as we get 3 green lights illuminated. Victor to go again, our last competitor in this group, as he initiates into outer zone 1, riding that left foot brake just to settle the car, not really decelling but still getting through there nice and cleanly, nice and quick from 2 to 3, gets through there nicely, transitions back now early to 4. Will he make the same mistake again? No, he doesn't. He gets through there very smooth as he arcs it around towards outer zone 5. Now for the transition, will he settle it into 6 beautifully? Yes, he does. A little bit deeper as he works his way through outer zone 6 and across the line. Let's see what drops in as a final score for Victor Valles, as we just wait for the scores to drop in, and it is 79.7, so a slight improvement there for Victor. Not bad for his first qualifying in SVDS. So we do have a cutoff here as well, so we'll have a look at this top still Ahmed Al Hamadi on a 98, Juan Jorquez on a 96.3, Emilis Valik on that 94, Edvinas Morauskas on a 93.7, Wojtek Dennis, followed by Ricky Stobar, Sebastian Tarud, Brandon Carter, Luis Trevino on a 91.3, Amro Alawi following him with a 91, Luis Nada with a 90.3, James Estrella with a 90, Rodrigo Carvalho with an 89.7, Noah McGlade with an 88, Karol Spazinskas with an 88 as well, Johannes Diop with an 87, Bartek Spasov with an 86.3, Malcolm Giuliani following him, Mantas Savikas followed by Axel Topolin, Raul Bergani with an 85 as well, Jonathan N with an 83, Lily Lang with an 83 in 23rd position there, followed by Cameron Shing with an 82.3, Victor Valles we just saw there with a 79.7, followed by Jakub Brutovic with a 79.7, also Gage McMichael with a 78.3, Liam Cook with a 78, Jack Chapman with a 77, Jacob Dutton with a 76, Ryan Craig with a 74, and Michael Trabb with a 73.7. That is your cutoff now. So who is out of competition so far? We will just get the next page up, I think. So yeah, so it's just top 32 scores. So we do actually have a couple of drivers in the drop zone there, as we will move it along to our next group. We'll be back with a server reset in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Welcome back to Scottish Virtual Drift Series Round 4. It's the final here at Ström Wheels Stadium. We are back with another Group E, I believe this is, Group E, where we have Simon Cooter to start us off this group. And big thank you to all our sponsors yet again, STRO M Wheels being our title sponsor, and then along with DND Performance Interiors, big shout out to them, one of the big sponsors of the series as well, giving you all of your interior needs: steering wheels, harnesses, shift knobs, seats, brackets, handbrakes, all the other cool things. They also do breast cancer awareness wheels, so do be sure to go over and have a look at them as we will move it to Simon Cooter on the line here, ready to go for his first half of qualifying. As we get the lights to illuminate here, 3 green lights means go. Simon to bring us down this layout for his first run in qualifying as he gets through to outer zone 1. A little bit shallow to start off with, but settles into it as he gets to the end, coming down now to outer zone 2, gets back online as he starts to tighten up the angle for outer zone 3. Just comes out a little bit early as he brings it around now, sets himself nicely for 4, gets right onto the wall in that R32 skyline, lighting up them strong wheels as he comes through outer zone 5, comes around now to outer zone 6, a little bit late into that zone as he brings it along the wall and finishes off the run. He'll bring it back to the line here now. We'll see what score drops in for Simon. So 71.7, that is outside the drop zone right now. He's going to have to do some improvement to get into top 32 as we get 3 green lights to go. Simon to bring us out for the second half of his qualifying session. Transitions, little transition entry there, Manji entry into outer zone 1. A little bit shallow off there. Would have liked to be a little bit deeper as he comes through outer zone 2. Will he get through to outer zone 3 cleanly here again? Does manage to just come out, grab it through that B line as he comes around to outer zone 4, gets between A and B line there, brings it around nice and smoothly to outer zone 5. Be rewarded for that as he transitions back now to outer zone 6, starts to tuck up onto the wall, gets all 4 wheels into that zone as he brings it across the line. We'll wait for the judges to drop in his scores for that one. We will see. He is looking for an improvement here, and unfortunately I don't think it will be. Will it get him into top 32? Unfortunately not. No improvement there for Simon. 67-point run there. So unfortunately we will not see him back tomorrow for top 32 action, as we'll move it along to our next driver, who's sitting on the line there in the bright Barbie pink, I believe that color is actually called, the E46 of, I believe, yep, it's Christopoulos Stavridis. I'm sorry, Christopoulos. I'll just call it Christopoulos as he initiates through to outer zone 1 here. Ooh, would want to be a little bit deeper to begin with there as he gets through outer zone 1, finishes off the wall run, gets into outer zone 2, starts to lock up the front wheel there. Just showing off that STRO M wheel on the front of that E46 as he brings it around now to outer zone 4, starts to pilot his way around to outer zone 5, just about grabs that as he comes into outer zone 6, nice and deep onto the wall there. Very nice job through that final section of track. Let's see what the judges drop that in. That will score not the best, I don't think, or I might be shut up here as the scores start to drop in. Let's see what happens with last. It's an 83.7, so it does get him in around 22nd position there as he starts to get the lights to re-illuminate. They'll go green. Christopoulos to give us another lead run here in qualifying as he starts to initiate into outer zone 1, gets in there nice, a little bit deeper this time as he pilots that E46 down towards outer zone 2, gets through there very cleanly, starts to lock up that STRO M wheel in the front, gets through 3, very nice there, sets himself up nicely very early for outer zone 4, runs the first wall and the second wall, runs it all the way along now to outer zone 5, transitions now towards outer zone 6. This is going to score very well here as he tucks up very nicely deep into outer zone 6 as he crosses the line. Let's see what drops in here for Christopoulos. Will it be an improvement? I think it will. As the last score drops in, it will be. Just waiting on that last score to drop in. Rise holding us up yet again. It's an 87.7. That'll drop him into about 16th position in around there somewhere. So he'll be happy with that. Drops him mid-pack for now as we'll go back to the line here now. It's another E46. Yo Victor Torres on the line as we will wait for the judges to give him his 3 lights. As he gets the green light, Joe Victor to take us in here as he lights up the rear wheels on that E46 very early, gets into outer zone 1 nice and deep to begin with, but starts to shallow out as he makes his way through the zone. As he comes into outer zone 2 now, locks up that front wheel to slow down the car, dial on some angle through outer zone 3. Ooh, a little bit of a waver there in the transition as he brings it out now to outer zone 4, starts to run the wall around towards outer zone 5, gets through there, just about grabs that clip as he transitions now into the final zone, gets settled in deep enough into outer zone 6 as he crosses the line. As scores start to drop in for Zhao, let's see what happens here. Will it be inside the top 32? And it won't. It's a 69-point run there for Joe Victor Torres as we get 3 green lights yet again here now. Let's see what happens as he initiates much more aggressively this time, gets into outer zone 1, very fast pace, a lot of angle here as he leaves outer zone 1 a slight bit early as he starts to slow that car down for outer zone 3, locking that front wheel, trying to get that angle on, all the angle there as he gets into outer zone 4, lots of angle before 4, a little bit of wobbles and wavers as he gets to outer zone 5, small correction before 5, get a little bit shallow on there as he gets into outer zone 6 nice and early this time, tags the wall as he crosses the line. Joe Victor Torres, let's see what drops in for him for his second qualifying run. Will it be an improvement? Will it get him in to top 32 action tomorrow? It's a 73 on the board, and it won't, unfortunately. That'll be all she rode for this weekend. As we go back to the line, a man who's definitely one to cause upsets in this championship yet again. Black 180SX, Ahmed Al-Sabaga, ready to do war as he leaves the start line chicane. Flicks that 180SX early before the start line, gets into outer zone 1. You can see how confident he is in this car as he works his way down now to outer zone 2. Starts to just momentarily lock that front wheel, gets around now nice and smoothly to outer zone 3, transitions nice and early, sets himself up well for outer zone 4 and runs that wall the full way around to outer zone 5 as he transitions back now, gets himself set up for 6, drops into it nice and early, fills that full outer zone and crosses the line. Ahmed Al-Sabaga here to do business this weekend as scores start to drop in here for Ahmed. As we just wait on one last score to drop in, and it's an 87.7. Good job there. Good baseline to start with. Drops him in around 16th or 15th position in around there, I'm guessing, where he gets 3 green lights to go for a second half qualifying run. Lights up them rear wheels nice and early. Definitely more aggressive this time round as he pilots that 180SX along the wall down towards outer zone 2, locks that front wheel for a little bit longer through outer zone 2 and nicely around 3, gets around now, transitions early, goes earlier to the wall and outer zone 4 this time round as he comes to outer zone 5, clean through there, no corrections as he comes to outer zone 6, settles that 180SX through the full zone nice and early yet again, comes away from the wall though. Let's see what the judges make of that one as the judges' score do start to drop in. Joins the 90-point club with a 90.7. He'll be delighted with that as we go back to the line now. Ahmed happy with that. That'll drop him up nice and high in the order there, but still only around 10th position. That's how many 90-point runs we have this evening. We had 12 before this group. So Anthony Taylor on the line in that NAMX5. Let's see what happens here for Anthony, a man who's been around for absolutely years in the sim community. That, pretty sure Big Duck Club. Oh, yeah, Big Duck Club on the side of that MX5 as he fires it along that first outer wall through outer zone 2 there. A few little wobbles and wavers, but that car is so small, it fills every zone so easily as he fires it up onto the wall at outer zone 4. You can see him lighting that brake light just to settle the car there. The left foot brakes as he comes now to final outer zone. Anthony Taylor, let's see what drops in for him because he is absolutely piloting that MX5 perfectly throughout this Ström Wheels Stadium as scores do start to drop in for him. Let's see what his final score for his first run is. It's a 91.3. Incredible stuff from Anthony Taylor as we start to get the lights to illuminate yet again. He'll leave the line for a second half of qualifying. Lights up the rear wheels very early. Them Ström wheels being lit off straight away. Anthony Taylor into outer zone 1. A few little just adjustments through outer zone 1. Gets to outer zone 2. Slows that MX5 perfectly through there. His front wheels were behind the C line there. That's how small this car is. Gets through outer zone 4 beautifully there. No corrections to outer zone 5. Just a slight one just before it and through it as he comes through outer zone 6. Tucks it up beautifully along the wall. Anthony Taylor, take a bow. That was perfect. He'll be happy with that qualifying as the scores start to drop in. Will it be an improvement? Let's find out as we just wait on one last score. It's a 91.3. No, he's just too consistent. 91.3 across the board for Anthony Taylor. Good job to him. If you're going to be one thing, be consistent. As we go back to the line, it's another CDT driver in the 180SX, Peter Nemeth, a man who did battle with Ricky Stobart last round as well, I believe. Incredible driver, Peter, a man, a force to be reckoned with, a man who's been around for donkey's years again. Gets through outer zone 1 here nice and cleanly, runs the rest of that wall, gets through outer zone 2. Starts to tighten up that 180SX for outer zone 3. Transitions, does on the angle before the transitions and get on to outer zone 4. Nicely along the wall here, tucks it up for outer zone 5 as he transitions back here now. Nice and smooth from Peter Nemeth. Definitely one of the smoother drivers in the championship as he crosses the line. Let's see what drops in here from our 3 judges, Tyre, Ryan and Rise. Let's see, the good baseline is 87.7. He'll be happy with that to start off, but he'll want to do better. Peter Nemeth strives for perfection as he initiates now to outer zone 1 yet again. Lovely and smooth through there. You can see how confident he is in that 180SX. And like the rest of the Carbon Drift team, guys, they all practice into this car, share notes. as he transitions back now to outer zone 4. He pilots it around along the wall. Very nice job there from Peter Perfection Nemeth as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. Dials on the angle, absolutely perfectly up along the wall. Doesn't tag the wall there, I don't think, but does an incredible job to hold it through that section, and he will be rewarded for that. Let's see what drops through here for Peter Nemeth as he gets a 93.7, joins the 90 club, and this 90 club just keeps growing and growing and growing. This is going to be incredible. So I believe that was the last driver in that group, as we will go to our leaderboard there. Ahmed Al Hamadi still leading us out there with a 98, followed by Juan Jorquez and Emilis Velika. Brandon Carter sitting in 9th with that 92.3. You see Ahmed Al Subaga with a 90.7 in 13th there. Working our way down, Rodrigo Carvalho with an 89.7 in 16. Noah McGlade in 17 with an 88. He's still in it, followed by a good few drivers, but Axel Toplin sitting at an 85 in 24th position. That is nuts. This drop zone is going to be mental. Our cutoff at the moment is a 78. That is nuts for a cutoff already in SVDS, and it's only going to get higher. We still have more people to come. Liam Cook on that drop zone there, so he will could get knocked out here. A lot of people will not have to qualify in the rest of the groups for him not to be in top 32 action. So we will have a quick server reset and we will be back momentarily with our next couple of groups.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Welcome back to Scottish Virtual Drift Series Round 4. It's the final here at Ström Wheels Stadium. This championship brought to you by Ström Wheels. Big thank you to them for supporting us for the last couple of seasons. As we go to our next group here, Liam Mudrunner Ski Hill, to bring us this first battle here. No gravel traps or dirt drops here for Liam, but we'll see what happens here. He'll find something somewhere to run off, as we'll wait for the judges to drop in the green lights. Liam, that Wild Monkeys driver, fellow Wild Monkeys driver, good friend of mine, teammate, definitely one of the nicest guys on the grid. We'll wait for him to get the green lights to be sent down the track. He's running that E46 Wild Monkeys livery on there too, done by Rodrigo Carvalho, I believe. Very nice job on them liveries as he lights the wheels up nice and early, gets through to outer zone 1, very aggressive, tags the wall. Not a whole lot of practice on this track, I don't think, from Liam. Very little as he gets through outer zone 2 there and 3 as he transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Will he recover from that tag wall in outer zone 1? Looks like he will so far. This looks very promising from Liam Scale as he comes through to outer zone 6, gets through there very cleanly, tucks it up very nicely. Liam putting on a show here. Good job, Liam Scale. As scores start to drop in, I think this is only his second round this season as he gets an 86.7. Good starting point for Liam. Great job. As we get the lights to go green again, Liam Scale to give the second half of qualifying here. Let's see, can he tidy that up? Lights them wheels off nice and early yet again. Gets through to outer zone 1. Onto that wall. Tags the wall yet again. Gets through at the end of the wall run into outer zone 2. Locking up them Ström wheels on the front. Tags through 3. Transitions back now. Sets himself early for 4. Will he get through? Oh my god! Very, very deep through this section as he gets through outer zone 5. Liam Scale transitions back for the final outer zone. Tucks it in nice and deep. And he just zeroes the run. Oh my god, Liam. That is a 0 for Liam Scale on his second half of his qualifying run. That's an 86.7 for him. Incredible stuff with the limited amount of practice that he has had on this track. Going all out. He'll be happy with that first run anyways. We move it back to Martinus Ostrika, a man who's in the championship contention at the moment, just waiting for maybe not being able to see the lights there. The lights issue strike yet again. So we just wait, get confirmation of what's happening here. I believe it is a lighting issue that Martinus might not be able to see the lights. We did change over the semaphore, but maybe some drivers still just having a little bit of issues with them as we just wait to get the go ahead here. Yeah, as we get a countdown from Martinus. Oh, another missed one there. As he does leave the line now, Martinus Ostrika flicks nice and early towards outer zone 1, a man who's definitely great in qualifying usually, as he comes through a little bit, a few wobbles and wavers through 1 as he gets into outer zone 2. Will he tidy it up for the rest of the run? I believe he will as he gets through outer zone 3 here now. That ready to win driver in that PS13, Martinus Ostrika, a name that's rippled throughout the sim community, that Ostrika name, him and his brother Darius, as he transitions now towards the final outer zone, a little bit late into that zone as he comes across the finish line. Let's see what drops in here for Martinus. As he gets an 81 on the board, so a little bit lower in the 80s. That will drop him a few places down as we get the go ahead here now to send him for his second half of qualifying. Initiates out now to outer zone 1, gets in there nice and early, a little bit better than last time as he pilots that PS13 down towards outer zone 2 and 3. Tidies up and tightens the angle here as he runs outer zone 3, transitions nice and early, sets himself early for 4. Through there very cleanly as he runs the wall to outer zone 5. Will he transition early here to settle himself for 6? Yes, he will. Tucks that PS13 along the wall as he drives that PS13 across the line. Martinus Ostrika, ooh, taking out our next driver there. As the scores start to drop in for Martinus. We will see what his final qualifying score will be. Will it be an improvement? It looks like it might be here. That's an 88-point run for Martin Striker, so high 80s for him. I'm thinking the cutoff will be around kind of 85, 86-ish. As we go back to the line, Rose Penelope, another female driver here, our second female driver of the evening and of the championship as well. Big thank you to all the females who are maybe are planning to join. Do come join us. Everybody is welcome at SVDS. Rose Penelope, been around for a long time here now. I've actually done a bit of commentary work with her at VDM as she pilots that 180SX along the wall at outer zone 1 here, works her way down towards outer zone 2, brings it around towards outer zone 3 here, locking them front wheels to get that angle up as she sets herself up well for outer zone 4 here, nice and deep there. Few little wobbles and wavers towards outer zone 5 as she transitions back now for the final section along the final wall at outer zone 6 and across the line. Rose Penelope, very nice job there to begin with as the scores start to drop in for Rose. You just wait on the last judge to drop in a score, and it'll be a 78.7, so just sitting outside of the top 32 at the moment is Rose. As we'll wait for the lights to re-illuminate, we'll get 2 and 3 red lights and 3 green lights. Rose to leave the line here in the start line chicane, lights up the Ström Wheels early this time and gets into outer zone 1, very, very tight to the wall there. Decent angle through that section as she comes now to outer zone 2, starts to pile on the angle for outer zone 3, nice through there as she transitions back now, sets herself very early for outer zone 4, A-line through outer zone 4, works her way around now to outer zone 5, transitioning back now to the last and final wall at outer zone 6. Very tidy job here from Rose Penelope as she crosses the line. Let's see what the judges drop in score wise for her, the Irish woman, as it's an 86.7, so I believe that's top 32 action so far for her. We'll see what happens towards the end of qualifying as we'll move it along to the next driver on line. Is Matthias Grezdovic. I probably butchered your last name, but I'm so sorry. As Matthias leaves the line here in that 180SX, I believe that's Declan Donnelly's livery there. As, oh, maybe not. No, I'm just seeing it wrong. So Matthias through outer zone 1 very cleanly there. Comes through outer zone 2, bring it the full way around to outer zone 3, tightens up very nicely in that 180SX, transitions back now towards outer zone 4, very clean along the walls. He brings it nice and smooth arc. Outer zone 5, transitions back now. Will he link everything together along outer zone 6? Yes, he does, as Matthias crosses the line. Judges will like that one, I think, as they start to drop in their scores here. And it will be an 86.3 to begin with, so that's decent starting score for Matthias. Let's see, will he improve on a second qualifying run here as he leaves the start line chicane, lights up the Ström Wheels nice and early, flicks it in to outer zone 1, gets onto the wall straight away, fires it along the rest of the wall here now as he works his way down to outer zone 2 and 3, starts to tighten up the angle, dial it on through outer zone 3, transitions now to outer zone 4, brings it up along the wall, along that A-line. And judges really not looking for the full wall run here, but they just want that nice fluid arc through that section as he pilots his way along outer zone 6 and across the line. So let's see what the judges drop in for his second qualifying run. I think that might be an improvement for him as we start to get them to drop in. And it's an 88, so improving there. Good job from Matthias. And that cutoff zone is creeping up and up and up as we go to the next driver on the line, Dylan Downs on the line in that S14, that purple S14. He gets 3 green lights to go. He'll leave the start line chicane, lights up the wheels nice and early, flicks hard into outer zone 1, brings it nice and very smooth along the wall here from Dylan Downs as he works his way down outer zone 2 and around to outer zone 3. Ooh, a little bit shallow off 3, maybe leaving it just a little bit early. It's going to set him up a little bit weirdly for outer zone 4 and 5, but looking for that smooth arc are the judges, and he does make good work of that. Dub Monkey garage driver Dylan Downs, another Irishman here, as he comes along outer zone 6, maybe just zeroing the score at the end there, just tagging the wall, and no, score will drop through. And it is an 80-point run for Dylan Downs. Good job there. as he will get back to the line here now. We'll get 3 green lights to send him for his second half of qualifying. Let's see what Dylan can do here as he lights up the wheels very early, fires that S14 along outer zone 1, locks them front wheels, just settle the front of that car as he brings it along the wall here towards outer zone 2, drops it in lovely here as he brings it and tightens it up for outer zone 3, dials on the angle before transitioning around and setting him for 4 along the wall. Very nice here as he doesn't make any corrections to outer zone 5, transitions back now towards outer zone 6 as he gets lovely tucked in along that wall and crosses the line. Take about Dylan Downs, very good job. That Dub Monkey Garage driver hung out with the guys in Mondello before. Shout out to them, great bunch of guys, cool drivers as well, big fans of the 350 seasons. An 84.7 for Dylan on his SVDS qualifying at round 4 here in Ström Wheels Stadium. As we move it along now, it's Nathan Doran, another man who I've hung out with in person, great guy, and telling me the last time I saw him he wants to do well. Missing a couple of rounds here, but definitely a man who wants to be in top 32 battle action tomorrow as he lights off the wheels on the back of that S14, fires it through to outer zone 1, gets right there nice and early, starts to shallow off the angle as he wavers a little bit from 1 to 2, gets through outer zone 2 nice and cleanly, starts to dial on the angle 4-3, makes the transition now nice and early to set himself up cleanly for 4, makes a dive onto the wall here as Nathan Doran does an incredible job from 4 to 5, transitions back now onto outer zone 6, tucks up that S14 onto the wall, tags it slightly as he crosses the line. Good job, Nathan Doran. That'll set him up nicely for his first half of qualifying. Let's see what drops in. That's a 78.7, so outside of that top 32. Let's see what happens here as he leaves the line for the second half of his qualifying session. Lights up the rear wheels on that S14 even earlier this time, gets into outer zone 1, fires it through, puts on some incredible speed as he comes along the wall here, starts to dial off that speed, scrub it off a little bit with some angle coming through outer zone 3 as he transitions now along nice and early again. That setup for 4, gets nice and onto that wall the full way around to outer zone 5. Not a huge amount of adjustment there, very well done to him. Judges will reward him as he tucks it up now through outer zone 6, just tags the wall and crosses the line. Nathan Doran, we'll see what happens there as the judges start to drop in scores for him. And will it be an improvement? I think it might be a slight improvement for him here, as it's a 79.7. Good job to him. I think that's still outside of the top 32, unfortunately for Nathan, but we will move it along now to our next driver. It's Mustafa Amin on the line as he initiates in that IS200 Altezza chassis as he works his way around outer zone 1. This is a man who's really intense in qualifying, gets through outer zone 2, starts to really smooth it out for outer zone 3. Look at how fluid this guy's driving is, as his lead line is impeccable here. This could top qualifying as he works his way around to outer zone 5, transitions back to outer zone 6. Will he hold it together for the entirety of this run? Yes, he will, as he finishes out the run along the wall. Mustafa Amin, what is going to happen here as scores start to drop in? Will it top qualifying? Will it beat that 98-point run from Ahmed Al Hamadi? Let's see. As the last score drops in, it will be a 94.7, so not enough to top qualifying, but enough to split differences even more in the championship just with qualifying points alone. As he starts to leave the line yet again here, as Mustafa Amin fires that Altezza up onto the outer zone 1 wall as he fires it now through outer zone 2. Look at how fluid he is. He scrubs that speed like it's nothing through outer zone 3, transitions back now to outer zone 4. Oh, a little bit of a waver, a little bit shallow off outer zone 4 than he would have liked. He is chasing perfection here as he transitions back now to outer zone 6, tucks up nicely onto the wall, tags it as he gets across the line and runs the wall. Mustafa Amin doing an incredible job there as the scores start to drop in. I don't think it will be an improvement for him on a second run. Yeah, it's an 85.3 there, so 94.7, and I believe that doesn't do a huge pile right now in the championship. But a man on the line here now, E92, Rasmus Malmstrom, a man who's been around for a little bit. definitely knows his way around a drift track as he leaves the line. Rasmus in that E92 flicks that heavy into outer zone 1 and starts to fire it along the wall there. A little bit of a waver there, just shallows off the angle ever so slightly in outer zone 1, gets through outer zone 2 cleanly, shuts it down before outer zone 3 though, so that will zero his run as we will move it along to his second half of qualifying. And big thank you to everyone for staying with us in the chat. Really appreciate the support. Do be sure to share, like Nico just said. Be sure to share with your friends, get it out there, get this as big as possible. We cannot do this without all you guys viewing as Rasmus leaves the line here yet again. Fires that E92 along that wall. Big zone here as he straightens out a little bit there as he comes through outer zone 1, gets through outer zone 2 nicely. Will he make outer zone 3 this time? Yes, he does. Gets through there, shallows off a little bit on the line, but sets himself up well for outer zone 4 as he works his way around now towards outer zone 5. Gets through there cleanly too. Transitions back now. Will he make the most of this and get through outer zone 6? He does tag the wall, but manages to keep it going across the line. Believe he will get a score on the board. And yeah, it's a 77.3 for Rasmus Malmström. So outside of top 32 action, unfortunately for him. But we will move it along now to our next driver who's on the line. And that will be, I'll just get confirmation here as we get the RTW of Vida Sapilla to leave the line here. Lights up the tires. Big mangy entry there from Vidas as he gets through outer zone 1, runs the wall in that E92, that ready to win driver through outer zone 2. Brings it down out outer zone 3. Very smooth. Nice qualifying line here from Vidas Sapela as he works his way around now to outer zone 5, gets through there very cleanly, transitions now back to outer zone 6, powering them STRO M Wheels around the final section of track as he crosses the line. So let's see what happens here. Score starts to drop in for Vidas as we get one last score to drop in. It will be 83-point run for Vidas Sapela as we start to get the second half underway here. Vidas lighting up them wheels big time as he fires that E92 into outer zone 1. Very heavy into that first zone as he runs the wall down now towards outer zone 2. Scrubs the speed perfectly through outer zone 3 along that wall. Transitions back now, sets himself up beautifully for outer zone 4, nice and deep through this section, arcs it very nicely to outer zone 5. Now let's see, will he keep it all together in outer zone 6? Of course he does. He is definitely a man, a force to be reckoned with in qualifying. Definitely one of the better line drivers on the grid for sure, as scores start to drop in for Vidas Sapela, and it's an 89 on the board for him, so definitely top 32 action for him so far. We'll see what happens at the end of qualifying here, but let's have a quick look here. So Ahmed Al Hamadi with a 98, Juan Jorquez with a 96.3, Emilis Velika still in that third position, Ricky Stobart in 8th now, so we'll see what happens and we'll get confirmation at the end of qualifying for championship points. But you can see there the rest of our drivers. Brandon Carter very happy with his performance this evening. Rodrigo Carvalho with an 89, Johannes Diop at the end of that bit there, and Noah McGlade right in the middle there, 20th position, 88-point run for him. Rose Penelope an 86.7 in the mix there, followed by Liam Scahill with an 86.7. Bartek Spasov not far behind with an 86.3. Dylan Downs, that Dub Monkey driver, in the drop zone right now. He is on 32nd position. 84.7 is our cutoff right now. Is insane. Unbelievable. So if we're going to have a quick server reset and we'll be back with you in a few minutes time. Don't go anywhere.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like, girl? Is that?
Welcome back here to Scottish Virtual Drift Series Round 4 here at Ström Wheels Stadium. Brought to you by Ström Wheels. Big thank you to them being our title sponsors and all of our sponsors this season. All of the sponsors like DND Performance, massive interior specialist, Driftland have been supporting us for all of our seasons. Mclellan Motorsport, same thing there. They've been with us throughout everything. Tsuji did all our physics for these cars that you see in front of you. Number 26 Racing for all your 350Z and MX5 needs. And even if you want some coffee, you can get that there too. Kaptured Media for running all of our broadcasts. Dill 3D for doing all of the 3D modeling work on our cars that you see running on track. And Frontside Racing for supporting the championship for many seasons now. Big shout out to them. As we'll move it along now to Matthew Skerry, who set us off on our second last group of the evening here. Another kind of little short group here, just 9 drivers in this group. As we'll wait for the judges to give the go ahead to Matthew to send it down the start line here. As he gets the green light to go, Matthew Skerry to lead us down as he fires that E46 down along the wall at outer zone 1. Look at the angle here, a few wobbles and wavers, just adjusting that angle. You can see that foot brake being operated there as he locks them STRO M Wheels on the front of that car. Works his way around outer zone 3 here, works to the transition, brings it along the wall before outer zone 4, and now along the wall from 4 to 5. Starts to really arc it through. Had a little bit of a wobble at the start of that zone as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. Will he tag the wall? He does just grab it ever so slightly here as he crosses the line. Matthew Skerry will be marked down for a few mistakes in that run, but a lot to build on there. And I'm actually seeing possibly a 0 on that run. Yeah, so maybe just too many mistakes there for Matthew Skerry. So unfortunately that's a 0 to begin with, as he will have everything to do on the second half of his qualifying session. As he gets 3 red lights and 3 green lights, he'll send down the start line chicane there. He'll flick initiate into outer zone 1 along the wall here. Very nice up along the wall as he starts to pilot that E46 down towards outer zone 2 and 3. Ooh, maybe just running wide there, drops 2 wheels on the before outer zone 3, transitions back now, has to pull it back for outer zone 4. Will he keep it smooth through this section? He does. Manages to get through outer zone 5 very cleanly as he transitions back now to the last outer zone at outer zone 6 along the wall as he pilots that E46 across the line. He'll get a score for that run, I think. Yeah, the scores start to drop in. He will be marked down for that wheel drop before outer zone 3 in the 79.3. Not enough for top 32 action, unfortunately, for Matthew Scarry, as that drop zone is an 84.7 right now, I believe, from Dylan Downs, that Dub Monkey driver from Ireland. As we go back to the line now, we'll move along to our next driver warming the tires there, that E46, that red E46. It's Jordan Hobson to bring us out as we get the lights to illuminate. They go green. He leaves the start line. He will flick that E46 nice and gently into outer zone 1. Gets there a little bit late, not as deep as he would have liked from the get-go, as he runs the rest of the wall here down towards outer zone 2. Not a huge amount of angle, just manages to grab outer zone 2, piles it on for outer zone 3, transitions now, works his way to outer zone 4, running up along that A to B line there through outer zone 5, nice and smooth through that section as he transitions back now towards the final section of track along the wall. Jordan Hobson brings it across the line as he will get his first score on the board, and it will be 73 on the board, so not the best score there for Jordan Hobson. A few mistakes there that he has to clean up for the second run if he wants to see top 32 action tomorrow, as he leaves the line yet again for the second half of his qualifying run. Flick initiates, lights the wheels up a little bit earlier this time, gets through outer zone 1 nice and deep through there as he pilots that E46 down along that second outer zone, starts to tighten it up for outer zone 3 here along the wall, just tags that wall on the outside as he transitions back here now for outer zone 4 along the wall, keeps a smooth arc along towards outer zone 5, transitions back now for outer zone 6 and starts to really reel in the wall there as he works his way along towards the final cross line there. Let's see what drops in for him. Will it be an improvement on the second half of qualifying to 73.3? Not enough to get into top 32 action. It is an improvement though, as we move it along here now to our next qualifier on the line in that 180SX. It is Mael Jorges on the line. I definitely butchered that name. I am so sorry. I must send you a message. Oh no, it's not. It's Declan Donnelly, I believe, on the line actually. It is indeed. I was thinking that was the wrong livery. So it's Declan Donnelly on the line here, ready to throw down for his qualifying session. Another Irishman. Good lot of Irish showing up here as he leaves the start line chicane there, flicks that 180SX out towards outer zone 1, gets through that first outer zone, a little bit of a waver there as he comes through it, pedals that 180SX down towards outer zone 2, locking them STRO M Wheels on the front just to settle the car for outer zone 3, dials on the angle very smooth through that section as he transitions now, brings himself nice and wide for outer zone 4 and arcs it all the way along to outer zone 5. Very smooth here from Declan Donnelly as he transitions back here now, the young man from Ireland, through outer zone 6 along the wall as he brings it across the line. Very nice driving from Declan Donnelly. Just that small mistake on that first outer zone and it would have been a very, very top quality run, and I still think he's going to be rewarded for that run, and he will. It's an 88.3. I believe that does get him into top 32 right now, as we wait for the start line chicane lights to go green yet again. We get 3 red lights and a green light, so we'll send Declan Donnelly for the second half of his qualifying session. Lights up the wheels a lot earlier this time, going much more aggressive as he flyers that at 180SX through outer zone 1 along the wall here. Very tidy there through that section this time round as he locks them STRO M Wheels again on the front through outer zone 3, gets it perfectly through that section, transitions back now, sets himself up very well for outer zone 4 along that A line. Will he continue that arc along outer zone 5? He does, of course he does, as he transitions back now to outer zone 6, tries to keep it together. Incredible stuff here from Declan Donnelly. I think that'll be an improvement on his first score. He does a little bit of a loop to celebrate there. Will he join the 90-point club in this? I think he might, as scores start to drop in, and it's the 90.7. Declan Donnelly, congratulations. Incredible stuff. Very, very tidy job. That'll drop him good way into that mid-pack. He should be fairly safe for top 32 action tomorrow. As we go back to the line, it's Tyler Duck on the line. As he gets the go ahead, he'll leave that start line, start to flick that E92 towards outer zone 1, right along there. Look at this from Tyler Duck, incredible stuff as he fires that E92 along that wall through outer zone 2 here, as he starts to stall that car out, crab walks it out a little bit to outer zone 3, transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Very, very good job as he pilots that E92 around, arcs it smoothly around to outer zone 5, transitions back now to outer zone 6. Will he manage to complete this run without tagging the wall? Yes, he will, as he comes across the finish line. Nice job from Tyler Duck on his first half of qualifying here, as score drops in. It's an 84.3 to begin with. Very, very nice score to start him off, as we get green lights for him on the second half of qualifying here. Lights up them rear tires and fires that E92 yet again onto the outer zone 1 wall. Brings it very smoothly through there as he starts to bring that E92, avoids that crab walking thing from the first run, does very tidy through that section as he brings it around now in one fluid motion around to outer zone 5. Very, very nice run here from Tyler Duck as he gets around to outer zone 6 and brings it along and across the line. Good job from Tyler Duck. So let's see what drops in for him. And it's a 90.7 as well, so another 90-point run. We have an incredible amount of 90s in this qualifying session so far. Unbelievable. As we will go back to the line, it's Jordan Fraser on the line. This man is a teammate as well of Sam McCleary, running that Recovery and Transport Scotland livery, as he makes his way around now. Outer zone 3, transitions back now through outer zone 4. Very nice job so far as he tries to arc it. Ooh, maybe just missing outer zone 5 there as he transitions back now to outer zone 6. Tries to make the most out of the first half of this run as he maybe just straightens that little bit too early. That might be a 0. We'll see what jumps in on it. Yeah, it is a 0, unfortunately, for Jordan Fraser. As we'll move it along to his second half of qualifying here. All to do on the second run. One run to get it done. Let's see what happens as the lights go green. Jordan Fraser to go down that start line again as he enters into outer zone 1, and not the deepest. A little few wobbles and wavers as he brings it down now to outer zone 2. Starts to fire that E92 along outer zone 3. Just a little bit shallow off there as he transitions back now. The Scottish man along outer zone 4 has to arc it smoothly. A lot of corrections there from 4 to 5, unfortunately for him. This is his first round in SVDS, I believe. So not a bad qualifying to start him off. But scores do start to drop in for him here. And it is an 83, which is actually outside of the top 32. Our cutoff at the moment is an 85. So we will go back to the line here to our next driver. It's the PS13 with the French flag in front of it, Theo Leclerc. Or Mael Horges, Mael Horges on the line as we get 3 red lights, 3 green lights. We send him down in that PS13 to initiate into outer zone 1. Gets through there nice and cleanly. Just a few little wobbles and wavers, maybe just tagging the wall there midway through outer zone 1. Gets into outer zone 2 here as he locks up them Strom DS15s on the front of that PS13. Transitions back now to outer zone 4. Gets through here nice and fluidly. You can see him working that foot brake to just balance that car. Just a few little wobbles and wavers as he does that, as he works his way around now to outer zone 6, and across the line he goes. We'll see what drops in from the judges there, as they do start to drop in some decent scores here. It will be an 86, so he is in top 32 action, but just barely. I think that drops him into 30th position as the lights go green. He will want to improve on that, as there is still another group of drivers to go, as he initiates through outer zone 1 along the wall here. Not bad at all so far as he works his way down to outer zone 2. Starts to work that PS13 onto angle through outer zone 3. Transitions back now. Starts to settle the car so he can get that one fluid motion from 4 to 5. does just that, does an incredible job of that, in fairness. Transitions back here now to outer zone 6, drops into that pocket along the wall as he crosses the line. Let's see what drops in here from Mael. Scores just dropping in slowly here from the judges, and I'm not sure if this will be an improvement or not, as we just wait for our final judge to drop in a score. And it is an 81.7, so no improvement there. But we will go back to the line. Our final CDT driver of the evening, I believe, it's Braden Howard on the line in that 180SX. CDT loving that 180SX. All the guys driving together, comparing notes. Makes it easy for them to do some practice. They only need one car in the server as Braden Howard leaves the line. The man from down under initiates through into outer zone 1, fires that 180SX with that STRO M Wheels on the bottom of it. Through outer zone 1 along the wall, through outer zone 2, now starts to tighten up the angle. Through outer zone 3, pedals the car to transition, brings it around to outer zone 4. Now we'll want it nice and smooth throughout this section, and does just that through outer zone 5 as he transitions back now right onto the wall, into the pocket along outer zone 6, on the wall as he crosses the line. Very good job from Braden Howard as scores start to drop in for him. And it's an 84.3, so he's just outside of top 32 action right now. An 84.3 doesn't even guarantee you top 32 action anymore. This is insane. SVDS standards getting really high at the moment as Braden Howard initiates into outer zone 1 yet again. Tries to improve this score, fires that 180SX along the wall as he works his way to outer zone 2. Starts to dial on that angle through outer zone 3. He'll make a quick transition here now as he settles his car for outer zone 4 and absolutely pedals the 180SX around this Ström Wheels Stadium. Transitions back here now through outer zone 6, just maybe grabbing the wall a little bit there as he starts to bring it across the line. Had to come off the angle a little bit as scores will start to drop in. I'm not sure if this is enough for top 32 action for Braden Howard, as unfortunately no, it's an 84.7, so just outside of top 32 action is Braden Howard. Unfortunately for the CDT driver, as we go along now, it's Darian Bass. A little bit of support in the chat for him there earlier on as he gets 3 green lights to be sent down in that E36. Lights off them STRO M Wheels nice and early. Flick initiates into outer zone 1. Starts to massage his way through that section along the wall, locking that front wheel, dragging the front wheel a long time there as he comes through outer zone 3. Starts to transition back now. We'll settle that E36 for outer zone 4. Will he do it with no corrections? Let's see what happens here as he does manage to get it one fluid motion through that section as he transitions now again towards outer zone 6. Incredible stuff. I think them transitions are going to be the big factor tomorrow, and where people are making dives is going to be a very interesting tandem session, as it's 78.3 for Darian right now, not inside top 32 action as he gets 3 green lights to go again down that start line chicane. Lights off the rear wheels yet again, flicks that E36 towards outer zone 1, gets nice and deep into there. A few little waivers, but not too bad, nothing too big to worry about as he drags that front wheel of the E36 through outer zone 2 and 3. Transitions back now towards outer zone 4 and works his way up along the wall. A little bit of a waiver, comes off the angle slightly as he comes through outer zone 5, and he tags the wall at outer zone 6, and that will be a 0. So unfortunately for Darian, that is all she wrote for the weekend. That will not be top 32 action for him, as we'll go back to the line now. It will be Alan. I'm not even gonna try pronounce your second name, bud. You're gonna have to send me some sort of pronunciation after the stream, because I do not want to butcher your name, bud. But Alan, in this red 1 or red E92 even, we'll wait for the lights to illuminate as they start to light up there. We get 3 green lights. We'll send them down the start line chicane as he lights up the rear wheels on the E92, flicks it in nice and gently into outer zone 1. Very smooth here from Alan as he brings it down now around. Ooh, a little bit of a waiver coming off angle slightly there before outer zone 2 as he makes it work now for outer zone 3. Transitions back now to outer zone 4 and brings it all the way out to the wall as he continues that arc along to outer zone 5. Maybe just tagging the wall on the outside there. Saw a little bit of a tag on the front end there. Just a little bit of a adjustment on the wheel as he completes the run. We will see what happens here with the judges, what drops in. As we just wait for 2 more scores to drop in here. And it's an 80-point run, so outside of the top 32 right now. So we'll have to see what happens in the second half of Alan's run here as he leaves the start line for his final qualifying run of the evening. Gets through outer zone 1 very nicely there, very deep into that zone, very smooth through there. As he gets into outer zone 2, starts to dial on the angle nice and slowly through outer zone 3, transitions back now. Lots of angle towards outer zone 4, but managed to make it work very smooth from Alan here as he brings it around outer zone 5, transitions back now towards outer zone 6. A lot of angle, just scratches the wall beautifully there as he crosses the line. Let's see what the judges think of that one. That'll be an improvement, I think. I'm not sure though how much it will be an improvement by, as it is an 86.3. I believe that does get him into top 32 right now. But that will be the end of that group. We have 1 group left to go. And right now, you can see there, that has not changed up the top there. But moving our way down, you can see Declan Donnelly jumping into 14th position with a 90.7. Tyler Duck with a 90.7 as well in 16th. Lucinata in 17 with a 90.3. Martin Ostrika a good bit down the order in 24th with an 88, but Noah McGlade right above him with an 88 as well in 22nd position. Christopoulos Travaris underneath Martinez with an 87.7. Rose Penelope hanging on in there in 27th position with an 86.7. Alan just in there as well in 29th with an 86.3. Bartek Spasov, Mael Horges and Malcolm in there as well. Malcolm on that drop zone right now, so knocked out. Dylan Downs there is just outside of the top 32, I believe. So we are just going to have a quick server reset and we will be back to you very, very shortly.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Baby! what you like, girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
What's your move? Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Creo que estoy haciendo...
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you bite.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.
Welcome back to Scottish Virtual Drift Series, round 4 here at Ström Wheels Stadium. This is our final group for the evening, and we have a heavy hitting group. And for those of you who might have been following along all evening, the points actually matter here and where you qualify, because it does give you leaderboard points in the championship. And we will leave until the end just to explain what is going on, but there is something going on with the championship here that's very, very interesting. As I told you, there was 1 point between Ricky Stobart and Emilis Velika at the start of this qualifying session. That has changed slightly, but we'll go back to qualifying here as Bernardo Piera to lead us out in that E92, initiates very, very quick entry into outer zone 1, runs that wall, the Portuguese driver, all up on outer zone 2 as he starts to slow it down now for outer zone 3. Beautiful job so far in the first half of this run as he gets around now to outer zone 4 and starts to pedal that E92 all the way around to outer zone 5 as he transitions back here now to outer zone 6, starts to tuck up inside that zone and runs the wall out to the finish line. Very tidy job there from Bernardo. Good job. Let's see what happens here when the scores start to drop in from the judges. Big shout out to our judges. That's an 88-point run for the first run for Bernardo Piera. That does put him inside the top 32 so far, in and around where Martin Strike is in 24th position. As he'll leave the line for his second run, he'll initiate heavy into outer zone 1 yet again. Maybe just falls off a little bit of angle as he runs that wall around to outer zone 2 and starts to lock up them front wheels on the E92, transitions back here now to outer zone 4, starts to run it around through outer zone 4 and really pedal that E92 towards outer zone 5, just tapping that foot brake, just settling that big E92 around this track as he works his way through the final section of track, and across the line goes Bernardo Piera. Let's see what drops in from the judges here for the second half of his run. Will it be an increase in points here for him? Will he improve his score? I'm not sure he will with what's dropping in right now. No, it's an 87.7, so just below what he had. Fairly consistent driving there as we go back to the line. It's a man who could really set a high score in qualifying here. He did last round, qualified 4th overall. It's Elijah Islas in that E46. Had an incredible round 3 overall as he lights up the wheels of that E46 nice and early. Gets very heavy into outer zone 1. Through outer zone 2 here, starts to really tighten it up for outer zone 3. Very good job as he transitions back now to outer zone 4. Brings that E46 all the way along towards outer zone 5. Very tidy job here from Elijah as he's looking to qualify very high here this evening as he finishes off the run through that final section of track and crosses the line. As scores start to drop in here for him, what happens? As it's a 91.7 for him, that'll drop him in and around 10th position, somewhere around there, as he gets the green lights to be sent again. He wants to improve his score. He always wants to chase perfection. Elijah initiates very nicely into outer zone 1, going real aggressive here for his second run as he fires that E46 through outer zone 2 and starts to tidy it up for outer zone 3. Transitions back now. Nice and wide to outer zone 4, sets himself perfectly through this section. No corrections through 4 to 5, exactly what the judges want, as he starts to get all this run together, link it all as he crosses the line through outer zone 6. What will drop in here, and it's looking good as Elijah gets a 94-point run. That will drop him very high in the order, brings him up into 5th position. So yeah, and I'm hearing in my ear that does change stuff for the championship, as Niels Peterson is on the line here. I think he's actually doing his run here. I can't really see, as he's in outer zone 3 here. Transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Very tidy through here so far. Didn't see the first bit of the run. We'll have to see what the judges make of it, and they'll have to tell us what happened. But as we get through outer zone 6, very tidy enough looking run here from Niels Peterson. An 89, and one more score to drop in, and it'll be an 88.3 for Niels Peterson. Very good job to begin with, and he'll want to improve on that score, so he'll get the green lights to be sent down yet again for his second half of run. Powers that PS13 around that outer zone 1, a little bit less angle than he would have liked there, as he gets his way now. Starts to angle up through outer zone 3, transitions now back to outer zone 4, works his way very cleanly through there as he starts to get back, transition back now to outer zone 6, tucks up lovely through that section as he brings it across the line. Niels Peterson take a bow. Not a bad job overall, as the scores start to drop in for the second qualifying run of Niels. It's an 81.3, so not an improvement. As we go to the line now, a man who could cause a major upset in this championship. He's your number 3 in the championship right now. His man who's chasing down the championship is Cameroon Mustard, as he leaves the line here. That PS13 flicks it hard into outer zone 1, drags the rear bumper along the wall as he powers that PS13 down towards outer zone 2 and 3, locks up that DS15 in the front of the PS13 and starts to tighten up the angle. Transitions back now, nice and wide to outer zone 4. This is a man who can qualify extremely high. He's going to be hunting that 98-point run from earlier on from Ahmed, and we will see what happens here as he crosses the line. Let's see what the judges drop in score-wise. Where will that drop him? And it's a 91 on the board for Cameron Mustard. He'll want to do bigger. He'll want to go better. As we get 3 red lights and 3 green lights, we'll send him down for the second half of his qualifying here, as he flicks them STRO M Wheels on the back of that car towards outer zone 1, drags it along outer zone 1 wall again, starts to tighten his line up now for outer zone 3, does that beautifully as he transitions back now towards outer zone 4 and gets up onto the wall. Starts that nice fluid arc motion around outer zone 5, transitions back now and tucks that PS13 right into outer zone 6, nice and deep, as he fires it across the finish line. Cameron Mustard, incredible stuff. As scores start to drop in for Cameron. And it's a 93 on the board for him, so that's done another thing in the championship yet again. So on back here, it's Nick Donato in that 350Z, the man who's been around for a little bit fires it into outer zone 1. Auto shop attack driver does an incredible job so far in that 350Z. Gets it tucked in now for outer zone 3. Very nice through there as he brings it around now to outer zone 4 and fires that 350Z along the wall. Brings it around to outer zone 5. Getting the transition now towards outer zone 6. Tucks it in nice and early. Lots of angle there. Has to readjust as he tags the wall, I believe, as he crosses the line. We'll see what the judges made of that one now. A little bit scrappy in sections there, but we'll have to tidy that up for the second half of the run. That's a 75.7 there for Nick Donato. As he gets 3 green lights there. Fires it through the start line chicane. Lights up the Ström Wheels on the back of that 350. Fires it along the wall at outer zone 1. A little bit less angle than he would like. Tags the wall. Straightens out there as he gets through outer zone 2 and 3. I believe that might zero his run there at that straighten as he fires it now through outer zone 4 along the wall towards outer zone 5. Transitions back now to outer zone 6 through this last section as he crosses the finish line. And unfortunately, that is a 0 on the board for Nick Donato. Unfortunately for him, no top 32 action for him, only a 75.7 on his first run. As we'll go back to the start line. We'll move it on to our next driver here. And it will be the S14 of JJ Russell. So, I believe a new driver to SVDS as well. A lot of new faces here. Big thank you to everyone trying their hand at this. Competing at a very high level here. Big talent pool here as JJ fires it along that first wall down to outer zone 2. Starts to lock up them front wheels in the front to tighten it up at outer zone 3. Transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Rides that wall. Tears the bumper off the back of the S14 here through outer zone 5. Transitions back now towards outer zone 6. Tucks in beautifully as he has all 4 wheels in that outer zone. As he crosses the finish line here now, he'll go back to the line as he awaits his first score to drop in. Very good score to begin with, I'll say, as it's an 89.3. Drops him in there very nicely into the mid pack somewhere. As the lights start to illuminate yet again, he'll get 3 green lights to be sent down. Flick initiates into outer zone 1. Very nice job here. He's not wobbling or wavering too much as he gets into outer zone 2. You can see the brake disc on the front there just lighting up, just locks the front wheel ever so slightly through outer zone 3. Transitions back now nice and early to 4. Sets him up very nicely. Tucks in beautifully as he powers his way along outer zone 5 now. Through the transition he goes along outer zone 6 and tucks in beautifully again onto the wall at outer zone 6 and crosses the line. Let's see what drops in for the second half of his qualifying runs. And that's an 88.7, so not an improvement, but still a good score nonetheless. And we move back to a line to a man whose name and nationality I got wrong. It's Cameron Lee Coles on the line here in that beautiful S14. Got him confused last round with Cameron Mustard, I believe. But Cameron Lee Coles leaves the line here. Flick initiates into outer zone 1 just a little bit late there. Has to readjust ever so slightly as that side of his experienced driver has to put on some serious angle, and having a few mistakes there unfortunately for Cameron as he pilots that S14 around outer zone 4. Has to try link towards outer zone 5. Has a little bit of a wobble there before 4. Transitions back now to outer zone 6 and pedals that S14 through the final section of track, and across the line he goes. As scores start to drop in for Cameron Lee Coles. And it's a 67.7 on the board for Cameron Lee Coles. So bit of work to do here on his second run. 1 run to get it done, get into top 32 action. He does want it as he leaves the start line, smokes up the rear wheels on the back of that S14, fires that S14 onto the wall at outer zone 1 and absolutely sends it down through outer zone 2, starts to dial on some angle for outer zone 3. This is looking a lot better here for Cameron Lee Coles in the second qualifying run as he comes along now to outer zone 4 along the wall. Nice fluid motion along the wall here, just a little bit of an angle adjustment as he transitions back now through the last section of track. All 4 wheels in there, maybe just tagging the wall as he finishes off that run. We will wait for the scores to drop in for Cameron Lee Coles. And it is an 84, so outside of the top 32, unfortunately, for Cameron. As we move it along to Theo Albert on the line in that MX-5, pedals that MX-5, that small car through outer zone 1 here. The massive angle has to adjust, comes off outer zone 1 ever so early through outer zone 2, a little bit shallow off the line there, and 3 as he dials on the angle for outer zone 4, transitions back now and through outer zone 4, a little bit shallow there is Theo as he gets through outer zone 5, transitions back now towards outer zone 6 and starts to tuck in nicely through that section, just tags the wall as he finishes out his first run, as the scores will start to drop in there. And it is 74.7 on the board for Theo Albert as we get 3 green lights to go again. He will leave the start line chicane, start to flick that MX-5 towards the wall yet again. Ooh, and a little bit shallow off there, gets it to it late as he gets through outer zone 1, down towards outer zone 2. Fires it very fast to outer zone 3, does manage to make a good job of it, gets through to outer zone 4, and this is looking a little bit better here for Theo Albert as he comes through outer zone 5, transitions back towards outer zone 6, does manage to tidy this whole section up the second half of this run as he crosses the finish line. Let's see what happens here when he drops in. I believe we're looking just outside the top 32. Yeah, 74.3, so no improvement there. So no top 32 action for Theo Albert this weekend, unfortunately, as we'll move it along now to our next driver on the line. And it is the blue S14 of Nicholas Kuchik. As he just warms a quick tire warmer there. Gets to the line. We'll wait for the judges to give the start line lights a go. As we start to get the lights on, they'll go green. He'll leave the start line chicane. Lights up the wheels, flicks that S14 towards the outer zone 1 there. Ooh, late initiation there. Cannot keep it on angle, unfortunately, for Nicholas. Gets through outer zone 2. But unfortunately, I don't think that's enough angle to keep it going as he transitions back here now towards outer zone 4 rather, gets through that, keeps it going through outer zone 5, transitions back now towards outer zone 6, starts to dial on the angle, does tag the wall as he will come back for his second qualifying run. We'll get the judges to drop in scores here for his first run, as he will get a score on the board. It's a 70.7, not in the top 32. We'll have to do a lot of work now to get into that top 32 in this second run as he leaves the start line chicane yet again. Flicks that S14 hard towards outer zone 1. Does manage to get there this time. Not a huge amount of angle. He'll want to see, can he dial on that angle for outer zone 3. Ooh, just very sloppy there from 2 to 3. Manages to get it back now for outer zone 4. He was better in this second half of the run in the first run as well, so he transitioned back now towards outer zone 6. Along the wall he goes as he brings it across the line in that S14. Let's see what the judges made of that one as they start to drop in their scores. And I believe that is outside top 32 action, and it is a 64.7, so unfortunately for Nicholas, that is all she wrote for this weekend. As Bartosz Drabczyk on the line here in that E46 to lead out once more. flicks that E46 hard towards outer zone 1, brings it nicely along that section, runs it very smoothly as he finishes out the wall run, comes down into outer zone 2, locking that front Ström wheel on that E46 as he brings it around, now transitions back towards the outer zone 4, brings it along the wall. Let's see how smooth he is through this section. He does a very tidy job of it as he transitions back now to finish off the run through the final section of the track. Goes Bartosz, and a very, very nice job he has done on the first half of qualifying there. Let's see what drops in for him. Will he be in top 32 action? And yeah, 87 on the board at the moment. I believe that does have him inside as the lights start to go green here. Bartosz Drabczyk to go once more down this track, and there's a little bit of a hesitation there on entry as he runs the rest of the outer zone 1 wall, gets through outer zone 2, locks up that front wheel to get the car to rotate around for outer zone 3, transitions back now to 4 nice and early, sets him up very well for this section. You can see him just tapping that foot brake to slow down the front wheels on that car, get him settled as he comes around now to outer zone 6, maybe just grabbing the wall there as he crosses the line, has to shallow off the angle. As you can see, our crowd cheering all our drivers on there as scores start to drop in. It's an 83.3 for Bartosz in his second run there, so not an improvement, but we will hopefully see him for top 32 action tomorrow. As we go to the line, it's Alex for, oh no, it's Miltoj Gavin. Yeah, Miltoj Gavin on the line, ready to do his first qualifying run in that yellow and black 350Z. Leaves the line there as he starts to bring that 350Z along the wall. Those DS35s on that 350Z, powers that 350Z down towards outer zone 2, locking up the front wheels there ever so slightly just to get that car settled and rotated around at outer zone 3. Transitions back here now towards outer zone 4, around towards outer zone 5. Very good job here, nice and fluid, one fluid motion, very smooth as he comes around now to that final outer zone at outer zone 6, and across the line goes Miltoj. As scores start to drop in, and it's an 85.7, so I don't think that's enough for top 32 right now. I will have to double check that as we get green lights to go. Miltoj in that 350Z will initiate, maybe a little bit late there as he comes through outer zone 1 there along the wall. Very nice job so far as he comes through outer zone 2, starts to lock up them front wheels, bring it nice and gently around to outer zone 3, transitions back now towards outer zone 4. Brilliant job here as he comes across outer zone 5. Nice job, very fluid motion there as he comes in now to the final outer zone at 6, brings it across the final corner and across the line. Let's see what drops in for him. That was a nice job. And it's an 85.7, so good consistent runs there for him. As we go to our last driver on the grid, it's Alex Ferrari in that E92. As he pulls to the line, we'll get the start lights to go for his first half of qualifying. Our last driver of the evening flicks that E92 towards outer zone 1. Does a fairly tidy job so far. A little bit of a waver, would have liked more angle there, I think, as he gets through outer zone 2, locks up the DS35 on the front of that E92, gets around to outer zone 3, transitions back now, works the E92 up onto outer zone 4. Does a very tidy job along the wall here as he gets through outer zone 5, transitions back here now to outer zone 6 as he pilots that E92, smokes up the rear wheels on that across the line. As we will get him back to the line here now, we'll see what happens on our final run of the day. His first run scores just dropping in for Alex Ferrari. And it's the 76 on the board, so outside of that top 32 action at the moment, he'll leave the line up. One run to get it done. Final run of the evening. Flick initiates into outer zone 1, right along the wall there. Would like more angle through there, I think, as he gets through outer zone 1 down to outer zone 2, locks up that front wheel yet again, comes through outer zone 3, transitions now back to outer zone 4. Very tidy job as he brings it around the wall here to that outer zone 5. transitions back to outer zone 6, and along the wall he goes to finish off our qualifying for the evening. We'll see what happens with his qualifying scores as they start to drop in. And it will be a 74 on the board for Alex Ferrari to round off our qualifying for the evening. As we do now have a bracket and we do now have qualifiers. So Ahmed Al Hamadi, 98-point run there. And then we've Juan Jorquez with a 96.3. We've Emlis Velika with a 94.7. Mustafa Amin with a 94.7 also. Elijah Islas with a 94. Advinas Morauskas with a 93.7. Peter Nemeth with a 93.7. Cameron Mustard with a 93 in 8th position. As we move it along to the next page, Wojtek Dennis with a 92.7. Ricky Stobart in 10th with a 92.7 as well. Sebastian Terud with a 92.3. Brandon Carter with a 92.3. As we move it along now, Ahmed Al Subaga with a 90.7. Lucianato with a 90.3. We had 20 drivers over 90 points. James Estrella rounding off that 90-point club. Rodrigo Carvalho 89.7. JJ Russell an 89.3. Moving along now, we have Noah McGlade into the show with an 88-point run. We have Carlos Buzinskas with an 88 as well. Martinos Ostrika, Christopoulos Travadis, Johannes Diop with an 87, and rounding off our top 32 is Bartosz Drabczyk. So that is your top 32 drivers that have qualified this evening. And to explain what has happened, you can see your battle there. So some incredible looking battles already. We've got some big ones going here now, but the main ones, Mustafa Amin, Martinos Ostrika, it's going to be a big battle. Anthony Taylor and James Estrella, Elijah Islas, Carlos Buzinskas, and Brandon Carter and Rodrigo Carvalho. That one section there is incredible. Moving across then with Peter Nemeth versus Matthias. That'll be a good battle too. Amro Alawi to take on Tyler Duck. Juan Jorquez to take on Johannes Diop. Ricky Stobart to take on Vidas Sapelia. That is one that's going to be a very, very important battle tomorrow for the championship. We have Emlis Velika to take on Christopoulos Travardis. Luis Trevino to take on Luis Anada. That's not going to be confusing at all. As Advinas Morauskas takes on Noah McGlade, and Sebastian Terud to take on JJ Russell. So I am just going to double check something with points here. So I believe that Emlis Velika has now taken the lead in the championship by 2 points just through qualifying alone. So Ricky Stobart dropping down. He was 1 point ahead at the start of qualifying, but with the qualifying points, Ricky Stobart drops 2 points below Emlis Velika. So we will see what happens with the championship standings tomorrow. But before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to our 3 judges. Rise, our head judge, incredible job all evening. We have Ryan Parker as well, and we have Tyre. Big shout out to our judges. Big thank you to them. Couldn't do it without them. Working hard all evening. And another big shout out to all of our sponsors. STRO M Wheels being our title sponsors. We're in Ström Wheels Stadium. Incredible stuff here. Big thank you for supporting us to STRO M Wheels. More sponsors that we have. DND Performance for all of your interior needs. If you need whatever for your interior, if you need quick releases, steering wheels, any accessories for that, harnesses, shift knobs, seats, brackets, handbrakes, they got it. And then you can move on to Driftland, who's been supporting us from the very beginning. Mclellan Motorsport, Tsuji, who built all the physics for our cars. Number 26 Racing for all your 350Z and MX-5 needs. And even if you want some coffee, they have that too. Kaptured Media for running all of our streams and all of our media. Thank you very much. Dill Design 3D for doing all of the modeling work on our cars. Frontside Racing for supporting the championship. And a big thank you to all of the people who stayed with us throughout this evening. We're back tomorrow from 7 p.m. for Top 32 Battle Action. Big thank you to everyone for staying with us, and we'll see you tomorrow evening.
Watch your move. Something in the way you walk. Lose my grip when you talk that talk. You're possessing my point of view. Is that what you like? Girl, is that what you like? You can touch, I don't mind. If you break, you buy.
We just got our new merch from Ström Wheels. Make sure that you are checking out.